Okay, now hello everybody and welcome to Humblewood. My name is EG Critical and I am here to be your host. We have with us today Crazed Chimp, Luca Locke, Alt, and Tyrant. And we are here to embark on our furry adventure to journey through Humblewood and reach the Alderheart. Welcome everybody. I would probably say let's get right into it, shall we?
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
All right, great. So, then we find ourselves, last we left off, our band of adventurers met in the in the small town and heard of a impending fire that was to be reaching throughout Humblewood. And when meeting with the town elder, Ardwin, they were tasked with journeying to the Alderheart to talk to the Birdfolk Council. So, along their way, they found themselves through a quote-unquote taxing toll road. And found out that these toll people were bandits. So, after a little bit of snarky remarks and some fiery tempers, a little bit of bloodshed came out. Some steel, some magics, and we find ourselves with the assailant, Eliza, who is our little Allurin catfolk traveling salesperson, basically. So we find ourselves here, our party taking a short rest, having a short meal, and ready to embark to make their way over to Winnowing Reach. Alright. So, did everyone make sure they marked off their short rests?
Yes.
Rolled some hit dice?
I mean, only some of us got hit.
Only some of them, yeah. Just have to make sure.
I'm gonna go over to Eliza. Eliza.
Oh, yeah?
Is this the first time you've been on this road?
Well, for me, yeah. This is the first time I'm around here. Although, my family's been out here before as well.
And your family, what do they do?
Why, we're all part of the family business. Traveling salespeople. If you find us down the way, my sister just finished her business, but she owned a shop in the Alderheart.
Oh. And what would that shop's names be?
Can't remember. It's been a while. But
Is that where you're all going?
I'm sorry?
Is that where y'all go? Where y'all going?
Mm-hmm.
You said we're going to the other heart.
That's where I'm going. Once we get there, it'll be whatever the name was before. It's alright, because it'll be Eliza's Emporium now.
Just to clarify, I thought she said she was going to Winnowing Reach.
She's making a stop at Winnowing Reach.
Oh, okay.
Unless, I might have made a mistake, but her end goal is the Alderheart. And she's going to stop at Winnowing Reach to kind of barter, trade, restock on some supplies.
Mm.
And then make her way over. Because it's very profitable to stop at, like, each town you go to.
Right.
Merchanting and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you plan on staying in the Winnowing Reach?
Well, typically you don't stay in each town too long. Do want to get to Alderheart, but seeing as though y'all kind folk are accompanying me on this journey, I'll probably be staying there as long as you guys stay there.
Oh, fantastic. So we can count on you to come with us on this journey?
Of course, because as it is, I'm counting on you to take me on this journey.
Well, then we have an accord.
Indeed, we do.
Himmy's gonna walk over and be like, "My dear, so you are wanting an escort? Is that what I'm picking up here?"
Well, it seems like that's what the arrangements were.
Well, the arrangements before, and I'm sorry, my dear, I was so happy to help you, but my understanding was the arrangements before were for saving you. You helped us out with a few free items from your wares. However, if we are going to be escorting, the journey may be hard, and so we may need more supplies from you. And I would hope that you would not wish to charge your benevolent escorters for your wares.
Surely we might be able to work out a discount agreement or something for our services. I mean, it would only be appropriate in this manner.
Well, I do believe for adventurers such as yourselves, in the next town over, they do have a couple places that are doing some trading and some materials, and I think I might be able to barter something that would be useful for y'all on your journeys.
That would be wonderful. I would just hope it would be within your heart to not charge your new friends who are helping you so much.
Well, and I guess it would be much obliged that we, as we go together, we can take care of each other as we go. So I do believe that would be fine, and yeah, we can figure something out.
Of course, darling. I'm so glad we're friends now.
It was very, very, very nice meeting you folk. And some nice humble folk in these dangerous and forsaken woods.
So dangerous. Yes, so dangerous.
And as you kind of see, when you guys were walking down this trail, you were able to see, like, on the right side, you kind of have, like, a mix of, like, lush greenery, lush forest, trees and such, and, like, swampy lands. So, like, kind of like a nice little mix of trees and swampland. But on the left side, you see more of, like, it's kind of like an open, barren area, and a little bit more of, like, a wastelandy kind of vibe, where, like, the greenery is not as green, and then at some points you do see some burnt and, like, charred vegetation. So the dangers that are posed is, like, you can always be jumped by bandits on one side, and there are these strange creatures that have been roaming around Humblewood for a little while, and you can see the effects of, like, the spread of the scorched grove out to other places as well.
I'll look at my companions. Should we continue on? I personally feel very drained from that last encounter with those terrible bandits pretending to be taxmen. So terrible. And I would love to get in, like, a good sleep in these young bones of mine. So tired.
A nice long sleep.
Yes. So that I feel more energized and able to, I feel just like using my magic would take too much out of me right now.
I feel pretty good. How about you, Ash?
I've never felt better, to be honest.
Mechanically, it's like I'm out of slots.
I mean, I'm doing right damn good. I mean, if y'all want to go take a little nap down by the cart. I'm not used to all this excitement. I could definitely use a rest as well.
And the Mopok bandit, who's kind of been, like, slinked on, like, kind of like a little bit on the outside of the group. He had his little meal and he's kind of, like, laying down, just, like, looking up at the sky. It's let's see, it was a couple hours out from Meadowfen, and so it's maybe like, if we had to put a time on it, maybe like 4 o'clock-ish. The sun's still high enough. You're not towards dusk yet, so pretty good. You're pretty good on time, pretty good on daylight, and he's just kind of like watching the clouds as the wind breezes and blows by.
I'd like to go over see him.
Yeah. He still asked what his name was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna say it's they call me Joe around these parts. It's all I really got. I got my name, my clothes on my back, and whatever's in my back pocket.
Where are you from?
Well, I originally grew up in Alderheart, but the lower roots. And
You're from the Hedgehood too.
well, don't most of us come from those roots?
I mean, yeah, but you might have been one of those that live over in the canopy, or even the...
Oh no, we never made it past the middle bark, let alone ever be near a perch. I don't think I've ever seen a perch in my lifetime.
Trust me, it's nothing to write home about.
Yeah, you're
There's a
telling
local
me,
where I
darling.
could go.
Now, Akiko, strangely enough, is probably the only one in the group that knows what a perch is like. As
That
he,
noble blood.
yeah, as he explained before, he's a noble Gerbine.
The race trader.
But a noble Gerbine that has spent most of his time, on the ground with everyone else after his upbringing and everything like that.
I'm not a noble bird. I'm just a noble gerbine.
I would have been there, but not under good circumstances, right? Like behind bars.
Yes, but that's not up in the. That's not up in the
It's
top.
not up there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Your judgment was elsewhere.
Okay.
So you have not been acquainted with the perches.
Okay.
So, if everyone's good and Dan, we can all get along.
Aye.
Move along, I meant, not get along. We are getting along. Aren't we all getting
I'll help
along?
Joel pull the cart. Well, my 2 party members sleep on it.
All right.
Are you really gonna let us sleep?
At the very least, you guys should take a short rest.
Well, we took a short rest.
Yeah, this was your short rest. You guys are...
Yeah, we took a short rest around this little site here between sessions.
Yeah.
Himmy needs a long rest.
Yeah.
I should have. Oh, those warlocks. Should have been a warlock. Yeah, she's fine to continue on.
All right.
She doesn't. We don't have much choice.
I don't want to slow the party, just
I'd love
because
to get to a village and an actual bed. See if we can get some.
Don't want to be rolling any D12s.
All right. So, so if everyone gets going, Brian, do you want to be the head of the cart pushing, or do you want Joe to be the head of the cart pushing?
Yes, I would like to be the hedgehog. Yes.
All right, so roll a strength check at advantage for me.
I'm going to just get in the cart without saying anything. That's totally normal.
All right.
16.
16, yeah. So you and Joe get to the front of the cart, and it's kind of like it's like this cart. It's got the wheels, and it's got like the it's got 2 wheels in the back, and the front stands to hold it. So you and then around the front you have like the 2 posts and then a bar that goes across. So you lift it up and then you pull, and that's how you move this cart. So you and Joe get into that stand together. You're pretty big and Joe's pretty small, so you're kind of taking up most of the room, and Joe is kind of like, he's mostly just supporting the lifting of the cart. As it goes on, he's like, I'll just go to the back and push. So he runs around, he scurries around, and he pushes the back of the cart while you pick it up and you're pulling the forward, and you're doing pretty good. Eliza's pretty happy. She doesn't have to pull this cart by herself anymore. The trip's going very quickly compared to what it could have been. and you guys are going along.
Just keep watch. I'm just gonna keep watch. Help Eliza keep watch.
Yeah, sure. Roll me a perception check. Does anyone else want to also keep watch, or are you guys resting?
Himmy's definitely keeping an eye on the direction where there's potential scorching in the distance.
Yeah, sure. So
that's where her attention is.
So Remy, roll your general perception. Luca, Himmy, roll your.
Oh God, my dice.
Yeah, roll your perception as well.
So 17.
All right, 17.
I'm paying attention more to the road ahead of us.
Sure, yeah. Roll your perception as well.
I'm just pulling.
19.
Oh.
Or actually 20. Dirty 20.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
I will screenshot this for you. I rolled a natural 20.
All right, great.
Or wait, natural or no, dirty 20. Never mind.
All right, still okay.
Less cool, but still.
Still a 20.
Great. All right, so you all rolled flawlessly. You're pulling the cart. Someone's looking out, just generally looking everywhere. We've got Akiko looking at the front. He's telling Ash, he keeps telling Ash about like a couple of potholes in the road or some big rocks that would potentially break the wheel, and he kind of help Ash navigate around it. And you're not finding any anything that's really stopping your path. Himmy is sitting on the side of the cart, checking out the north side of the road, while watching all of the scorched wasteland, the mix of like green and gray and ash and the wasteland as it seems. And as you're looking out, you kind of catch your eye to like, you kind of drift up, and you see like lights fluttering through the sky.
What kind of lights?
They're like a glowing orange, and kind of looks like they're twinkling.
In the sky?
In the sky, and they're kind of like fluttering around.
How high up in the sky and how far away?
With your perception check, you probably spotted them off maybe like 100-ish feet away, 200 feet away. Because you were kind of like gazing down deep into like the northern part of the grove, and then you just kind of drifted off and you saw them as they were fluttering around in the sky.
Who looks the most battle ready? To my, if I were to size up my companions and everyone we're with, who looks like the person you'd want to be next to in a battle?
Everyone has their own looks of strengths and weaknesses. If you remember, Akiko he pulled a lot of tricks out of his bag when in that combat. And, Remy has all of his little trinkets and gadgets, and he's ready to go. And Ash himself is just like a big mass of a hedge, and pretty strong himself. So it's really your picking. The ones you want to avoid is Joe and Eliza. Do not look like they're any ready for combat.
Yeah, almost as if they've got that common or stat block. I'm gonna
Question: did you take Joe's weapons?
I wasn't the one tying him up, so I didn't.
So that would be Ash and Akiko, I think.
I think
I would assume
I
we would have.
assume that you guys would have disarmed him before.
Yeah, I would have taken his weapons, but I would have given them back. Just because.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We would have taken him, but then gave him back because he seemed to be joining us.
If we did give them back, I would have been watching him probably
all right.
this entire time.
We'll add that to your general perception because you rolled pretty well. So we'll add that as as you're scanning the area, you're watching him. You look back, and he's still just he's pushing the cart. Every once in a while, he kind of lets go, and he just scratches his face, stretches a little bit, and just generally taking a rest. And then he goes back to pushing the cart after he's a couple of steps behind the cart. He's like, "Oh shit!" and he runs up and pushes the cart again.
So upon seeing these lights in the distance, and I'm a little fire shy, I'm gonna kind of quicken my pace up to Ash and Joe and be like, my friends, do you see what I am seeing? It looks like there's maybe fire in the sky. I'm not sure what I am seeing, but we might want to be on our toes.
What? Fire in the sky? What you talk about? And he looks back and he tries to look at where you were pointing at, and he's like, I ain't see nothing up there. It's still pretty bright out. You can't really see what you're talking about.
Would I hear this and be able to see where it's coming from?
Yeah, with your perception check, if you as Himi focuses you to it, and same thing with Akiko, as Himi focuses you guys to it, you guys see the faint orangey glow.
Okay. Himi, didn't what was her name?
Would it be something I'm familiar with?
What?
Akiko, what'd you say?
Would it be anything I might be familiar with?
You? No, you have no first-hand experience with this. Nope.
Himi, didn't that young Strig say that there were fire bats at Meadowfen? No, not Meadowfen.
Yes, there's been much
Scorch
talk
Grove.
of strange fire
Ash Grove.
creatures. So that is why I'm keeping an eye out.
Oh, Kara?
Yeah, Kara.
Yeah, yeah. Did you say something about some bat elementals?
Perhaps are they? Does it seem like they're following us?
They're... You kind of look at it, they're kind of keeping pace on your trail.
Okay. Perhaps we should pick up the pace.
I would also be in favor of this.
I mean, Ash, like, wipes the sweat off. You see it twinkle in a little bit of the light, and then, like, wipes down his specs a little bit. I'm going as fast as I can go.
And at this point, you guys are moving at about, like, 15 per round, because it's a heavy cart.
Can I get off the cart and help push?
Yeah, sure. So, like, anyone that wants to get off and help is going to have to go to the back of the cart and give it a little shovey shove. So, if you want to roll...
How laden is the cart?
How what?
Laden is the cart. How full is it?
It's pretty full. These are,
Like,
so...
it's not stuff that, like, we could just, like, okay, F this cart, let's just hoof it.
So going from Liza's description, this is the stuff she's going to be using to help move into her sister's shop.
Okay.
So, roll me that strength check, Remy.
I'm gonna look at the Gerbine and be like, my kind sir, would you mind hopping off and maybe helping push the cart a little so that we may not get burned by whatever that is in the sky?
13.
Brian, what was your old strength check?
16.
16. Okay. Remember, Akiko's a Gerbine. He's a small creature.
Yeah, but him being on the cart is not helping.
I think
It
what
doesn't even
Gerbines
occur to
do-
me to get off the cart, so I'm just chilling.
All right.
Can you respond to like what I said though?
Yeah. So she asked you if you can get off and help.
Oh,
So, yeah.
well, I'll get off, but yeah, I'm not gonna help.
Okay.
Himi's gonna, having noticed that he's noble, be like, "Oh, my dear sir, I can tell that you are a noble blood, and that you are obviously here to help the people. Would you not be willing to help push this cart and just, show that you are a true man of the people?"
This big old thing?
I'm sure your strength and strong blood would more than be up to the task.
I mean, I'll give it a try.
Very good. You're so strong and noble and of good heart.
So
I'm gonna continue walking though. I'm not touching the cart.
All right. So
I'd
as
just
you
like
guys
to
are,
mention, I have an 8 for strength, so
yeah, that's all right. So if you want, you can roll your strength check to help push the cart. It might be a little difficult because I don't even think you can reach some
Yeah.
of the like pressing points to it. So you're just kind of doing your best.
like hopping and like pushing as I hop.
All right.
Overchecking the cart.
I rolled
Yeah.
a 12.
All right, cool. So like with all your guys together, you kind of advance yourself a little bit, and you're kind of moving at about like 20 per round now, instead of 15. With a little bit of the help of everyone going at it, you're doing all right. You know, you're doing okay.
While running away, y'all, I shot back.
Say again.
While running away. Why
To
don't
the
we
party.
stack?
Because there's strange flying, glowing things in the sky following us.
I mean, Zoe wouldn't be the first time for me. You just go find 'em. We're just gonna go find, kill them, have some bat soup.
Well,
So
Does it look like they're following us?
So, as you guys look back, now, after all this little litigation and like talking and like moving and such, you guys look back to check what's going on. You can very clearly see this is a cluster of ember bats. As they're coming in, they're fluttering their way down into it, and they're about 40-50 feet away from you now. And you guys, whatever you want to do with that information you have now, can do what you want to do with that information.
I will inspire Hemi. I think you'll need this, dear.
is this considered a swarm, or is it
Thank
considered?
you. Her heart rate is quite elevated.
Yes, this is a swarm of ember
I'm not very
bats.
excited about this.
Okay.
You can't count how many bats are in this right now.
All right.
Okay, is that all we
You said,
got?
like
Yep.
40 feet away?
It's about 40
Um,
feet away.
I'm gonna just
Eliza, if you have some a chemical fire, it might be good to use. As I turn back.
I'll come up. Well, you know, the only one I had, I gave away to your little foxy friend over there.
Yes, I do have some, though I do not trust my arm to throw it 40 feet.
Well, that was one purchase. That is a questionable decision, my friend. And
The most expensive.
Hemi,
So-
Hemi, do you want me to throw it?
and
I
at
mean,
that
Throwing fire.
we're gonna take initiative
Yep.
because we have now gone
I'm last.
a good
go first.
amount of time,
Yeah.
and now the bats are making their way downtown. So,
We're all a bunch of dorks. It's great.
all right.
No.
That's actually the
Yeah,
sound the
I
bats
mean-
make as they flap their wings.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. All right, Ash, you're first. You're currently pulling the cart.
I'm gonna turn back, take out one of my spawns, throw it at him.
All right.
And save.
And save. That is
Whoa.
going to be -4, so 5.
1 damage.
1 point of damage. Okay. As you kind of like take your spine, you kind of pull it out, and you turn around, and you're like, all right, let's get this down to business, and you just do a little spin around and pew, and you see the spine kind of catch the wing of one of the bats, and the bat kind of falls behind a little bit. Is that the end of your turn?
Aye.
All right. Just a remark.
I'll walk a little bit more forward.
So you're letting go of the cart, and you're gonna walk forward, or you're gonna pull the
Yeah.
cart forward.
I'm gonna let the car go and go towards the back.
All right, cool. So towards the bats.
Yeah,
Great. How far do you want to go?
as far as I can, 25 feet.
All right, 25 feet back. You're back behind the cart. Sure. So now it is the Ember Bat's turn. As the bats come down, they're going to and they're going to encompass your space Ash as they start swirling and spinning around. When they get really close, you can tell that these bats, at the tops of their heads, have little, like, candle flames coming out from the top of their heads. Each one has an individual little candle flame. And they're very warm to the touch. And it kind of burns when they kind of encompass your space.
Alright.
So now they are going to try to bite you as a group. That's going to be an 18 to hit.
Barely hits.
Barely hits. Alright, so that's going to be 2 points of piercing damage.
Alright.
I'm sorry, that's going to be 5 points of piercing damage. As the swarm is encompassing you, and you're just getting a little... And they're just kind of biting you on all different sides. They're kind of avoiding the spines because they kind of like... They're scraping their wings as they go through it, and they just kind of flutter away as they hit it, but they're biting all the other loose parts of you, like your bicep, your neck, and all around you. So you're taking a couple of these bite marks. That is the end of their turn. Next up is gonna be Hemi.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out. How many are there?
A lot. It's a swarm. Too many to count.
Okay. I am gonna try and just take my crossbow and aim into the swarm above Ash.
Sure. Take a shot.
Okay, hold on.
Eight. You kind of take your crossbow and you go to fire. You load it up. You aim it up, and you're like. But as you take your fire, your shot, you remember the heat. You remember the burning sensation, and you shoot high. Trying to miss Ash, you shoot too high, and you miss the swarm. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, sure. Next up, Tyrant. Remy, you're up.
Nope. I thought it was Akiko.
Nope, Akiko got a 2, and you got a 4.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to just kind of freaking out a little bit. Go, yeah! And put my finger at a rock on the side of the road and cast a catapult at it.
Alright, dex save, right?
Yep.
Ooh, had good dex, but they rolled a 4. Roll your damage.
Yeah!
Not every bat is paying attention to everyone. They're kind of looking at their feast that they're swarming around right now.
It is 14 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, 14 bludgeoning damage, and as you swing this, goes right over Ash's head, and you take out a good chunk of this swarm. As it right through, you see a bunch of them disperse and fly away. You got a couple that hit the ground and not moving. Took a pretty good chunk out of them. Alright, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Alright, Akiko, you're up.
Alright, crossbow time.
Alright, take your shot.
Eight.
8. Just like, you take your shot trying to miss Ash as best as you can. Okay?
Oh, sorry, hold on. Well, 10. Not that big.
Alright. Try to take your shot, trying to miss Ash. You also shoot high. Following the catapulted rock, you try to shoot with it, but the space that the rock created, your arrow went right through that space, and you miss. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Ash, Constitution.
Oh wait, I'm
saving.
hopping back into the cart.
Alright, you hop back into the cart with your movement. Ash, Constitution saving throw.
16.
16. You feel yourself encompassing. The heat is starting to get unbearable, but you just you just sit there and you flex it off, and you just shake it off, and you don't succumb to the heat. What are you doing on your turn?
I will disengage and run back.
You'll disengage and run back. All right.
I am pretty bloodied.
All right. So you disengage and you run your way back. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right. Great. Next up is going to be the Ember Bats. As they flutter around and their target just got away, elusively ran out of the way. The Ember Bats now look for their next target. Let's see. The next so Himi is off the cart. Remy, you're off the cart in the back of the cart, correct?
Yes.
Himi's off to the side. Akiko's on the cart. So the bats are gonna swarm Remy now as they come in. And we're gonna make an attack on you. Ooh. They swarm around you and they're trying to get to you, but with all of your cloak and all of your contraptions that you have on you, they just can't seem to pierce it. They can't seem to get through the leather, and they can't seem to get through whatever mechanical pieces you have on you.
And my new scale mail.
Yeah, but now they encompass your area as you're now sitting there, and that's gonna be the end of their turn. Himi, you're up.
So now they're surrounding Remy.
They're surrounding Remy, and they're much closer now. You're gonna have to do, like, if you want to take another shot, you gotta take, like, a side step around the cart to shoot and then come back.
Alright, I think I'm gonna go up with my quarterstaff and attempt to, like...
Swat away at them?
Yeah, like, try, because I feel like crossbow's not gonna do it.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna use real dice since my last one was so bad. Is 11 gonna hit?
11. As you try and whip through, the air from the swing is kind of moving the bats around, and it's not making contact.
Hemi, remember, you got our inspiration.
Yeah.
Well, can't use it now because
Nope.
we already
Okay.
said that the fight,
Yeah,
it
you're right.
missed.
Though I am going to shout at Remy, I don't think using the alchemist's fire will help here, unless we also want to roast whoever they're swarming.
Please don't use it!
Okay, cool. I'm gonna disengage and step back a little.
All right, great. You can't disengage
Use your action.
because you used your action. So do you
Oh, okay.
want to step back?
Nope.
All right,
I'm
cool.
right where I am.
So you'll stand right there.
Okay.
Next up is going to be Remy, I believe. Yeah, you're up.
I'm just gonna start swatting
Oh,
at
Constitution saving throw.
them.
You're good at them.
I'm fine. That's 22.
All right, great. Same thing as Ash, as you feel the warmth starting to over-encompass you, but you kind of just shrug off the feeling of overheating, and you ready yourself.
I'm just gonna start swatting at them and cast Shocking Grasp.
All right, great. Roll to hit.
17.
Yeah. You as you rake across, you're slapping a few of them as they go.
4 lightning.
All right, so you're slapping across and you're raking, and the lightning kind of jumps to a bunch of the bats, and a lot of them fall. There is a lot of them down. They can't take reactions now as well, right? Shock and grasp.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. So a lot of the bats fall, and whatever's left, they're starting to flutter really slowly, and there's, you can see a clear line of sight to Remy. There's not a lot of vision blocking, and you can see easily there's only a handful of bats left. Is that the end of your turn?
I'm gonna stay where I am.
All right. Cool. Next up is Akiko. There's only a handful of bats left.
Yeah, firebolt. 16 to hit.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that hits. Roll your damage.
8.
All right. With the last remaining firebolt, you send it out running. After you run up the cart, you turn around. You see they moved over to Remy as Ash runs to the side. You take your hand and you sling the firebolt at it, and as it hits one of the bats, it kind of like bursts and it hits the other couple of bats, and they all fall to the ground. They either fall to the ground or they flutter away. But as of now, there are no more ember bats assaulting your party.
Woo.
You guys have completed.
Anyone on fire?
No one's on fire currently. But as you say this, close to the cart you see has some burning scorch marks on them. It's not lit, but it's scorched because they got close to it.
Alright, I'm just gonna go over and check, to make sure nothing's gonna light up, pat anything down that needs to be patted down.
All right, yeah, you successfully kind of like hush the scorched marks and your stuff, and you guys are now back together at the cart. Crisis averted, and I need 1 second. So talk amongst yourselves if you may. Be right back.
And y'all want to leave? Y'all want to just run away?
Listen, I am all for fighting the fire creatures. I just, the fight with that evil vixen just kind of expended my energy, and I feel much weakened. And I was hoping to make it to town to maybe get in a night's rest before engaging in battle again, but here we are.
Well, this was a little more than I thought would happen. I don't even know what the bats look like. Do they look like flaming bats, or do they look like bats with candles on their heads?
I believe it's the second one.
Okay.
I thought they had like a candle flame.
Oh, just like a flame, like above their head.
Yeah. Just imagine from Zelda, the little come in and yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of terrifying, but we took it out pretty easily.
Corver did. Hemi, you sure you want to trade that fire for some acid?
I was not aware there was acid. Also, I still would have just hurt whoever they were swarming around had I thrown it.
Oh no, I'm sure you're right. Is that we're gonna be fighting a lot of fire creatures, so having more fire wouldn't be that great.
Yes, I more chose it for its rarity, and its price.
Wow, acids are same price as the chemical fire.
But you're right. Maybe I should trade it out. Can I? What's her name? Liza.
Yes.
There.
Yes.
Did you have another acid vial anywhere that I could? If we're going to be engaging in a lot of these fire battles, protecting you on the road, of course, I was wondering if I might trade out this alchemist fire for something that might douse a little more.
So you just want like a vial of acid or something?
I'm gonna turn back to Ash and be like, "Sweetie, what are you saying we needed?
What?
Yeah,
Can you
that's
tell
the
her
name.
what I need?"
Yeah, we're looking for trade that alchemist fire for a vial of acid.
Well, all right.
So if you be so kind.
If you want to trade it out, I guess she'll dig through her stuff and bring it out and do the thing. And yeah, so you can trade your alchemist fire for the vial of acid.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, I mean, fire works only with bandits, but acid works with bandits and elementals.
Well, we hope.
Sounds fair. As Joe.
Next thing we know, we're gonna be fighting some acid elementals.
As Joe was kind of back there. Joe took the initiative to kind of like ready himself, but he wasn't joining the fight. He was more on the protective back foot of things. So
It's alright. We need to save the cart.
yeah.
Cart's
Alright.
worth more than all of our little lives.
All right.
Well-
So what? Go ahead.
We do have a member of royalty with us, so I don't think the cart is worth more than all of us put together.
You're right.
With this, Sammy will kind of eye the Jermaine and be like, "You're probably right there." Just log that away.
So Akiko shrugs and lets those comments slide off.
I don't want to make a spectacle of myself. Just let that be.
All right. So you guys ready to complete the journey to Winnowing Reach?
Ah.
All right, great. So rest of the journey is uneventful. As you are pulling the cart, everyone does their little group pulling and pushing and watching and going off of your guys's thoughts and what just transpired. You're all kind of on edge and you're ready, but not really, because you all feel like you handled it well. Ash is a little beaten up and bloodied, but you guys made it. So after a couple of hours, we're reaching nightfall as you see the glowing candle lights and the bustlingness of Winnowing Reach as you come to the entrance of the area. So you guys walk in. You see that there are a few perch guard that are currently posted at some of the areas of the city. And why don't we move to our map to show everyone what we're doing on stream. So this right here is Winnowing Reach. You guys would be coming from the western side of it as you come. See all the buildings here, and there's a lot of mixture of humble folk and bird folk alike that kind of do their things. As you see that a lot of these buildings are built above on perches, and they have wooden drawstring bridges connecting each building together. So a few ways to get up, a couple drawstring ladders, and some bridges across each one, as a lot of these buildings are perched as well as on ground.
Judge Master, were we supposed to call the perch guard over at Alderheart? Or
What your mission is to go talk to the Birdfolk Council. So, and this is going to be your stop for now, because, well, you don't have to stop here, but it is night. Eliza is going to stop here and open up her stall, and this would probably be the best place to take your long rest.
Yeah, where's the nearest lodgings, it looks like? Is there like a sign of an inn or?
looks like the Wrangler's Rest.
Yep, the Wrangler's Rest. As you see,
That
there's a
big
sign.
thing right there in the bottom right corner.
Yes, bottom right corner, Wrangler's Rest. You see there's a drawstring ladder that goes up to the entrance of it. Let me just change up the little bit of sound, and we're going to set up our country village. We all meet ourselves in Winnowing Reach. Yeah.
I like that music.
Yeah, it's nice and peaceful. It's a little bit... There's a little bit of bustle here and there, but it's a nice, quiet you know, you've got like you've got a study in this area, which not many towns have studies outside of Alderheart. So it already tells you that there's a different type of folk from here compared to Meadowfen. So Eliza, as you guys make your way into the village, Eliza's gonna say, "All right, here's gonna be my first stop. I'm gonna be here. This is gonna be where my cart's gonna be, right in the center of Winnowing Reach. She's gonna say, I'm gonna do some barter, some trade. If you all need anything else, let me know. I'm gonna try and grab some stuff that might help us on our way."
My dear, are you going to be staying at that inn there?
Yes, seems like I should be staying over there. Mm-hmm.
I'll go and arrange our accommodations.
Well, alright. Mighty fine. I'm gonna be here and open up for the last few hours of the night.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the tavern and try and find whoever the innkeeper is.
Sure. While you're doing that, what does everyone else want to do?
I look at Akiko and Ash and say, do you suppose we should warn the local leader here about the danger?
Yes, quite right. I think we should find what would it be, a mayor or
So Akiko will have this knowledge. The others will probably not know too much about like the political structure of a lot of things. So in this town, you'll be looking for the town magistrate. You don't know who the magistrate is, but you know the position you need to go to.
Okay. Yes, quite right. I think we should look for the town magistrate. Surely warn them of the possible dangers.
I think that would be a swell idea. Would you like to accompany me, Akiko?
Yes. Surely I could use the guard.
Okay.
Alright.
So we'll try to find the magistrate's office.
Sure. So Ash, is there anything you want to do while we gather everyone?
I like to go to the bindery.
To the what?
The book bindery.
Sure. All right. So through the book bindery, it looks like you're going to have to go up the ladder to the Wrangler's Rest and then walk the drawbridge over to the book bindery. And as you go, you can ask people about this, and there's signs everywhere that'll lead you to where you need to go. So how you do it. So basically, you'll probably be accompanying Himmy up as Himmy's going to the tavern, and you're going to go to the book bindery. And so you guys will go to that, and we'll take care of Akiko and Remy first. So you guys go start heading over to the magistrate's office, which is in the northeastern part of town. As you see, there's a very formally nice, like, it's like a cobblestone steps into a wooden spiral step going up to the magistrate's office that's not connected to any other building in this town. And as you walk up, there's going to be one perch guard, another strig, wearing like a chain shirt, shield, and has a spear in hand. They're gonna say, "All right, state your business here."
Hail. We come from. Oh God, where are we? Where do
Meadowfen.
we come? Oh,
Meadowfen.
we come from Meadowfen with news of possible danger. Ashborough has been set ablaze by strange fire creatures, and we feel we need to warn the magistrate here of the danger.
Ashborough's been set ablaze?
Yes, and also taken advantage of by bandits.
Well. This is news I never would have thought I'd heard in my lifetime. Okay.
We live in strange times, friend.
Thank you for the message. I'll be sure to get this to the magistrate. As he opens the door, you hear some muffled talking. And then he's talking for a little while. He comes out, he closes the door, and he says, "Thank you for passing this message on."
Might we be able to
relaying.
meet with the magistrate?
The magistrate is very busy, and this is the late hours of the night. His office isn't open at this time. If you'd like to speak with him, you would have
Would
to
it be
come back
agreeable if
tomorrow.
I... Yes, of course. I can come back in the morning.
That sounds good, but thank you again for giving us this notice.
Of course.
Thank you kindly, sirs.
All right. So, any direction you guys are gonna head to before we take care of the others?
I'll probably just head to the Wrangler's Rest.
Okay.
What is this next to the magistrates? The town something? I can't quite...
Town Gowl. So, basically, it's kind of like
Jail?
your local police precinct. You have a couple of jail cells. You have a couple of this is where the Birdfolk Guard, come and congregate. This is kind of like their office, but they also have jail cells, holding cells, for when Alderheart sends their trade and shipments over. They can send prisoners to Alderheart for more permanent incarceration.
Would we know anything of the bookbindery?
Generally, you'd know that it's just a place that probably sells books. Other than that, that's all the information you have.
And what time of night is it?
I'd say, depending on how far your journey took, maybe 8 o'clock. Dusk is broken, it's night, and you're being led by candlelight. Or torchlight, I should say.
Yeah, if that's the case, I'll head to the Wrangler's Rest as well.
Alright, sure. So now back to Ash and Himmy. So you guys are going to be walking towards the Wrangler's Rest. If you guys like to skip that, then you guys can go up. Himmy will go into the Wrangler's Rest, and Ash will go towards the bookbindery. Alright, Himmy, let's take care of you in the tavern now. So...
I'd like to find the innkeep.
Sure. You walk up to the bar, and you see what typically would be the innkeep is also a hedge, large hedge individual cleaning a glass and shooting the shit with a couple other customers that are sitting there. Some of the late night crew that spent their day working. Maybe one of the Birdfolk Guard just got off shift. He's sitting at the bar, and it's a decently live in here. As some of the other places, it's later at night, and some of the other places are closed down. So, make your way up.
Hello, sir. Are you the innkeep here? Are you responsible for this establishment?
Oh well, I am. This is my fine place here. What might I do for you?
And might I ask your name?
Me? My name's Talon.
Hi, Tom. I am here to arrange accommodations. I am traveling with a merchant who has set up a cart here, and I am her escort. And so we will need a room for her and for me, and it will be on her tab, and she will be paying the bill for it.
Oh, well, all right. Well,
What
sounds almighty
do you have
fine.
available?
Well, we've got a number of rooms still available. We don't get many travelers here, so our rooms don't fill too much. But we'll be taking payment up front for the rooms, if you want us to hold them.
Yes, is there nothing that can be done since she is setting up as a merchant in your fine town and is busy doing business? You understand, money flowing, exchanging hands. And can I attempt to persuade him?
Yeah, sure. Roll your persuasion.
Drop the name.
And her name is Eliza. She's not from here. Very expensive, exotic wares, you know.
All right.
24.
24. All right.
This is what I'm good at.
Really,
this
I would
where
rather be
her-
deception.
Is this where her sister is? Or was it
No,
sister?
no. Sister's in the
That's in
Elderheart, but
Elderheart,
the
okay.
sister went back home. Sister is
Gotcha.
done with the business.
Gotcha.
So yeah, he goes and he scratches his head a little bit and he maybe rustles his spines a little, and he says, "Well, we usually don't give out the rooms ahead of time too much, but I guess she's bringing business to the area. Then I guess I can push it forward, and you
Smart
can
idea. You're so smart.
yeah, you can start packing your rooms now if you'd like. It's just you for now."
Yes, me and her. So if you could get a room for her, and then me, just as her escort. I believe there's some others that may be coming in, but I believe they will be paying their own way.
All right, so it's 2 separate rooms, or you 2 sharing?
2 separate, please.
All right, then here you go. Here can be your room tokens, and on the they're gonna be like little wooden blocks with numbers scratched on them, and no keys or anything like that. So.
Okay, and can I leave her key here for you to hand to her when she comes in for the night?
Sure. Sounds about right. You said her name was
Such great service, Eliza. She's
Eliza.
one of those, she's got ears, whiskers. I forget. She's from not here, around here. There's not many of her. One.
Yeah. I've heard of those folk. All right, I understand. Sure.
She's got ears.
I couldn't remember. I was like, Tabaxi? No. Khajiit? No.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Alurin. But that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. All right. Sounds good on my part.
Just such great service and so smart of you to set everything up like this. Thank you so much. I'll be going up, retiring for the evening. Thank you very much.
Indeed. So you'll take room 2, and he'll have room 1 reserved for Eliza. Yeah, so then when you get up to the room, it's pretty simple. You've got like you've got a bed, you've got like a side table, and you've got a desk, and that's pretty much all you have. You got
Is there a wash basin?
No. There's gonna be you'll have a group communal washroom, probably down the way.
I'll go wash my face, and then I'm gonna turn in for the night.
All right, great. So you'll turn in. Ash. Make it over to the bookbindery. And as you go into the bookbindery, they say, "Well, good evening to you. You looking? You got something in mind to pick out, or are you shopping around? Because we'll be closing soon."
Well, I've been thinking about it, and we've been traveling, walking around, and we've been seeing a lot of fire elementals, and I'm wondering if you have any books about them.
Well, it's a good thing you come around here. So we do have some study and research that goes on. So we do have some books of knowledge that we have written about some of these creatures and such.
And how much might that be?
Well, for the going rate, we got each book is about a gold piece each.
Oh, and might y'all have an anatomy book, maybe about map hacks?
I'm afraid we don't have that kind of research in this area.
Who would?
Anything else I can help you with?
Rude.
I would like to look into his eye, see if he actually doesn't have those books.
Sure, roll an insight check.
Maybe there's a passcode that I didn't give. Oh my god, natural 19.
Natural 19.
Plus, let me see. Oh crap. Oh, so it's just 22.
22. All right. So you look into his eyes, and this is a Luma folk, by the way. And white feathered, wearing like casual garb. Was putting away some of the books and such, and you saw kind of like when you asked about that, a little bit of like a scrunched face and kind of like held back for a second and was like, no, we don't have that kind of stuff here. And you know that was a flat out lie.
And I'll take out, I'll take out 3 gold. Like, I'm sure you might have one of those books. It's just one of my power members. He's just been getting hit so much, and I need to know about his body to heal him intimately.
Looks at the gold and he said, Sonny, you may be pretty smart, but for that price, you don't really get those kind of books here.
I don't have that much money. Oh Lord. Damn. Well. Oh well. We have a written.
What'd you say?
They wouldn't read those kind of books. Well.
Bruh.
I guess I'll be here another day. Probably tomorrow. You see, I get my paycheck soon, so if you have them, just like, can you save them for me?
I'll do my best, but you still thinking about them fire creature books?
Oh yes.
All right, take one, and
I like to do some kind of reading today.
Sure. One of the more popular things that you might want to look at too is there's a big slime population around here because of the Mockden Fields. If you're looking for some knowledge and you like to increase your views on things, we do have a good research facility about the slimes, and that's one of our most we have the most research on that here.
I'll take a copy of that.
All right, so that'll be 2 gold for the 2 books.
Okay, I give her the 3 gold. I give him or her the 3 gold.
Yeah, it's him. 3 gold. Huh? Mighty fine of you, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Gives you the books.
Yep. Okay, I'll take him. I go over to the tavern.
All right.
Hopefully the tavern doesn't cost 2 gold.
Great. So mechanically for these books, they when you read them, you'll be gaining extra knowledge about these creatures and the things about them. So the next time you make an intelligence check about a creature, you have advantage.
Nice.
So if you want to be able to, you can probably read at least 1 book per night.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Alright.
And Himi, I forgot to mention when you walked in, the at the Wrangler's Rest, they also have a side pit, almost, and you saw a sign that said slime wrestling or slime wrangling. And yeah, so you saw that as you walked in. Just forgot to mention that.
That's awesome.
And the others that will walk in will also see the sign that says slime wrangling.
Huh.
And yeah,
Akiko,
so
what do you think slime wrangling is?
and at this point, Ash, you've caught up with Akiko and Remy.
Y'all never wrestled a slime before?
Does quite sound like a dirty business.
I can't say that I have. Have you, Ash?
I mean, I tossed around a little bit here and there.
Well, perhaps you'd like to show us how it's done.
Well, I would, but as you see, I'm a little bit beaten up by the bats.
Perhaps tomorrow then.
But tomorrow I'm sure I can do that for you. Give you guys a little preview. Remy, would you like to share a room?
I was thinking.
I'm a little bit low on gold.
I was thinking the 3 of us could probably share a room, and it wouldn't make sense for us to all get separate rooms.
Well, I thought maybe Akiko will want his own room, being as he's a noble.
Well, I'm also
Akiko?
Sharing a
that's very
room.
Akiko detests.
I don't understand.
Come on, Akiko. Let's all share a room. It'll be fun.
Fun? I. Why would we share a room? Don't you want your own privacy?
I mean, we're going to be traveling together for a long time. Maybe we can, I don't know, save some money and get to know each other better. I don't know. I don't want to spend a lot of money tonight.
Are you? It's a room. I don't understand. What's a couple gold?
Talon overhears this and he's like, "Well, you're looking to spend a couple gold. You in the wrong place." He says, "But
Actually, did we even find out how much it is for a room?
nope, no one said it." So he's just overhearing your guys' conversation as you're kind of like hanging around like one of the tables and looking at the slime wrangling area, and he just yells over. He's like, Only couple gold you'll need here is if your gullets are deep enough to fit our mead."
Oh.
How much for a room? How much is it?
That'll be 2 silver pieces a night.
Oh.
Well, for 2 silver, I'm sure we could all get our own rooms.
Yeah, it's a modest tavern inn. It's not high end. We're sitting at a modest area.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Remy, think about it. If we share, it'll be only 1 silver each.
It's true.
So 2 split
And what number
between
now?
3 people is 1 silver?
No, I'm not letting Akiko join us.
Oh. Okay.
I don't want to join you anyways.
Sure.
I mean-
Ash, let's share a room.
Ash turns back and like, yes. Alrighty. We'll go get a
Speaking
room.
of gold and such, I believe it gave me the default like 25 gold in D&D Beyond. What are we going with that, or what? How was I supposed to determine my starting money?
I mean,
let's just take a look.
yeah, your background gives you your money.
Yeah, I think you got your money from your background.
Okay.
So you already have more than what the others probably chose.
2 silver.
Yep.
Barkeep, what is your name?
Name's Talon.
Oh, Talon, nice to meet you. You said something about mead.
Yes. That's probably what you're gonna spend all your money on if you spend your time here.
Well, can we get 3 meads?
Sure, coming right up. As he puts down the glass he was cleaning and goes to the back keg and he grabs 3 mugs in his hand. He's got pretty big hands, pretty big hedge boy, and puts it down on the table. He says, "That'll be let's see, math. That'll be a silver and 5 copper, 5 copper each for the drinks."
Remy flips him a gold and says, that'll probably take care of our 2 rooms and maybe another round, right?
Well, by me, you can have a couple more rounds with this. Take your rooms, take the drinks, you good to go.
Let's do that then.
All right. So you got about we'll say this pays for like 3 rounds of mead. And if you wanted to go for like anything harder, you could. You go to like liquor or things like that, but but you asked for mead, so he'll have 3 rounds of mead for each of you, so that's 9 drinks, and 2 rooms for the night. You'll have paid for.
How much was it for the meat?
It's like 5 copper each.
And I have a refined taste, so perhaps I'll look into the liquor options.
Sure. Then you want me to take one of the meads back then?
Oh no, you didn't get mead for me, did you? Or were you?
Yeah, of
okay.
course.
Sure, I guess I'll agree to this.
So
Well,
no
Remy-
liquor.
I guess not. We'll see how I feel after the meads.
All right. And I meant to
Remy-
say 2 rounds. 2 rounds of it, not 3. Yeah.
Remy takes a sip of the mead and goes, "Oh, no, I don't like that. Do you have anything else?"
Just to mention, because I'm lazy, I just gave him a gold piece when for the room, so like however he wants to.
Sure,
Here.
you'll say you have the room for a week, if you like.
I'm just like, here's a gold piece, and we'll for however long we were. I don't feel like.
All right.
What's a gold piece, really? You know.
There's some interesting customers here. All right. So you guys got your 2 rounds each, and you guys are drinking. If you want to not be drunk, Constitution check, or you can just let yourself be drunk.
Oh, I took a sip of the mead and.
Oh, you
didn't
took
like
a sip. Oh, so you're not going to drink any of it.
it. I'm just gonna say, do you have anything that tastes a little better?
I'm gonna look to you as like, well, we got some whiskey that we make from that's in the back room, if that's what you want.
I look over at Akiko. Do you think that would be better?
Surely, I hope so.
Let's trade it out for the whiskey then.
Well, you're gonna keep that one because you already sipped from it, but I can take the other 2 away. How are you, Mr. Sir? Do you still want your mead? And he looks to you, Ash.
I've already been drinking like 2. While these
Oh,
were-
okay. So you had your 2 rounds, and he says, well, all right. Looks like you're good to go. So I'll get 2 whiskeys from the back then.
Yeah, I just push my mead over to Ash as well.
All right, Ash.
I mean, I can social distancing.
we're all sitting around a bar, 6 feet apart.
Yeah, you guys get a round table, but like the chairs are like pulled out 4 feet from the table. All right.
That's fine. She's asleep in her room.
Yeah, Hemi's sleeping. So you guys are doing your thing, drinking. You get your whiskeys. The gold has already been exchanged. Take a sip of the whiskey. Just the same quality as the mead, but it's whiskey.
A weed. That's what they're growing over there, and the roofs.
Is that what's at the apothecary?
No. We brew all of our own stuff here. The apothecary makes some other things. If you're looking for some herbalistic kind of brewing, then you can go over there. Get your range from teas to health potions if you like.
Remy takes a sip of the whiskey as well. Gets kind of a bad look on his face and puts it down and slides it over to Akiko. I think I may just go to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some ice in mine. Lots of ice.
All right. It is a shot.
That's fine. It needs ice.
All right.
He is a double now.
All right. Then you guys all have a jolly good drinking night. Ash is making
Besides
his way
Remy.
through the drinks, and Remy and Akiko are mildly disappointed, but still, Remy foregoes drinking. Akiko drinks it heartily.
Don't want to be rude, after all.
And
This is common
yeah.
character.
So
yeah,
do you
by
guys?
the end of the night, though, I would like to talk to the innkeeper and say, I mean, you sure your bed isn't big enough for both of us?
Looks at you and says, "Well, I'm sure it's big enough, but my wife's gonna be in there
Crap.
too. So might try your luck somewhere else, friend. I appreciate the compliments, though."
Ah, oh well. Y'all, always happens. It's always the cute ones. And I wink at him and turn to leave. Make sure to like sway my backside as much as I can.
Still cleaning some glasses and throwing over some mead cups to other people. It's like, yeah, it's just how the cookie crumbles.
All right.
And is that
Long rest, finally.
yeah? So that's the night for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna take a long rest, and why don't we take our first break for now?
Okay.
All right.
And it'll be a nice little quick break. We'll be back in a few minutes.
So I can mark down a long rest.
Yes, you guys can successfully mark down a long rest
Spell slots.
after you roll me a
Um,
perception check. I'm just no, it's fine.
Does
Oh, okay.
Does Ash read any of his book?
Yeah, I read the slime one.
The slime book. Okay, sure. So you gain the benefits that I told you. Any intelligence check you make to gain knowledge on them is at advantage.
Mhm.
I keep.
What
I
about
keep that.
fighting them?
What?
What about if I try to fight them? Do I get something?
No, it's just knowledge checks.
Mm.
So in tandem, you'll have to observe the slime and then make the knowledge check to try and piece together the research to the anatomy of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll gain a benefit. Alright,
Okay.
so let's run to our long rest. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back to start the next day.
Alrighty.
Alright,
See y'all in a bit.
be back soon, folks.
Rolling, rolling,
Alright.
rolling.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. So, we're all ready to go. Our party finished their long rest, and they are awaking in the tavern as when they desire. So, who's up? Who's doing what this fine morning?
I'm just reading.
Reading the
I'm
next book?
Yeah, get a start.
Alright.
Can I find Eliza in her room? Like, knock on room 1?
If you go knock on her door, no answer.
Can I listen at the door?
Yeah. No, nothing.
Can I jiggle the handle and see if it opens?
It opens.
And she's not in there.
She's not in there.
I'm gonna go down to the tavern keep and ask if my friend ever came to bed.
Alright. You do see the bed was made, but messy. Messily made. So you walk down the tavern stairs, and you see Eliza sitting at one of the tables.
Oh, okay.
She's eating breakfast.
I'll go over and talk to her and be like, Eliza, my dear, I managed to negotiate a very low price for your rooms.
Huh. That's not what I heard.
Oh, what did you hear?
Well, you know, you're all mighty nice and all, but when we're talking about staying at places and such, maybe you should talk to me before you make a decision.
Oh, my dear, I just wanted to make sure. I knew you were so weary from the road and that attack, both attacks, where we all fought in your defense. I knew you would be so weary and tired, and then you are selling all day. You're just work, my friend. I wanted to make sure that your rooms were set up, all ready for you to just hit that pillow and get your rest. And I negotiated a lower price with the wonderful tavern keep here, so that it would be all good for you to go.
Yeah, make a
I
deception
was
check.
trying to do you a favor. Okay.
Make a deception check at disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Because you
Okay.
negotiated no better price with the tavern
No,
keep.
I know. But that's still just deception, right? It has to be a disadvantage.
Yeah. Roll that shit. You gotta.
Okay.
You made the bed. You gotta sleep in it.
6.
All right.
I mean, you have
I
an
mean,
advantage, don't you?
A lie is a lie. Just because it's a lie doesn't mean, you know.
I mean, Hemi, you have advantage. Because inspiration.
Oh, okay. Then 16. If it just cancels out the disadvantage.
All right. Okay. She'll look over to you and she'll say, "Yeah, well, I'm sorry. That's just ain't what the tavern owner said last night. It's just, you know, I really do appreciate your services. It's just, why don't you just try being honest with people, you know? It may do you good."
I don't know what he said. There was much drink last night. I heard much rowdiness from my rooms last night. So who knows what they understood or what they didn't. I was just trying to do you a favor. But next time, of course, I will ask you first.
Thank you.
No more favors from me.
I'd be much obliged. My pockets would be heavier with less favors. So, I guess you'll get your breakfast and stuff and get ready for your day.
Yeah, what do they have available and for how much?
They have like the vegetarian bird folk options. They have like the meat options. They have the like seeds only, or like it depends on what you're looking for. And they all kind of vary from like 5 copper to like a silver or 5 silver, depending on the size of the meal.
Alright, I'd like to try and do a cheap meal, maybe just like a muffin and some biscuits and like some coffee. Like something very bare bones, just some carbs, meat, and coffee.
Sure, that'll be like a 5 copper meal.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be relaxed. You can get that. And then the rest of you guys, you all wake up?
Wake up, go down to get some breakfast, and like to order something very meaty,
Very
as well as
hearty.
yeah, hearty, as long with a bag of sunflower seeds as rations.
Early to bed, early to rise. Makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Alright, we'll price that out at, like, for a hearty meal, it's going to be, like, 5 silver. For, like,
Alright.
a hearty meal, drinks,
Dang.
sunflower seeds for the way. No, scratch that. We'll make that, like, 2 silver. Yeah, 2 silver sounds a little more appropriate.
Okay.
Remy?
Remy's actually going to get up pretty early. Probably around the time local businesses would start to open.
Okay. So you get up
he's
what you
gonna
think
get
is early, maybe like the crack of dawn or an hour after.
Yeah, something like that. He's going to get up, just eat a small breakfast, and then head over to the book bindery.
Sure, yeah. So you get a small breakfast. Let's say it's just like a 5 copper breakfast.
Okay.
And then you head over to the book bindery. Akiko.
Similarly, we went to bed about it was right about 8.
Anytime after 9. Because you got to the
That's
town
right, and then
at
we
8.
drank.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll say about 10, which is, a little bit later than I usually stay up. But we'll say I woke up at 6, and I just grabbed a biscuit because I like the breads.
Alright. So you have another 5 copper breakfast. And yeah, so you guys are getting
And
ready. Remy would probably be the first one out. What was that, Akiko?
Yeah, I was gonna head to the book bindery as well. I was
Sure,
curious
you
about
can
that.
go with Remy.
If there's any way I could take my breakfast and my coffee out onto one of these walkways in this tree, just so I kind of have a view of the town and area, and just kind of eat and drink my coffee while like looking over.
Yeah, sure. So you have a nice view as you go. And
Yeah, I'm just trying to like get a vibe for like the people and the like what people are up to in the town and the just general vibe. Just
sure.
watching.
Towns are full of early risers. Everyone's going about doing their thing. Eliza's a little slow to her start because she closed late the night before. Setting up took a little while, so she little late start, but she's getting herself ready. You actually see her walk out the door and go over to her cart, open up, and she's ready for sale. She gets a couple of people as it goes, and the area is booming. You see people going in and out of a lot of places. And yeah, that's pretty much what you get from just like a scan of the area. So Remy and Akiko, what are you guys looking to do?
I'm gonna join them at the bookbinder.
Sure. So you guys join each other at the book bindery.
Yeah, I'm looking to look into the any books on the creatures that we fought with.
Sure, yeah. So going off of yesterday, each book is a gold piece on a specific subject. So if you're looking for ember fiery creatures, you can find a book about elemental creatures.
Perfect.
And Remy?
I'm looking for any sort of emerging technology, books on emerging technology. I don't know what the newest thing would be, but anything that has to do with advanced propulsion systems, like, higher-end weaponry, stuff like that.
Alright. You will find nothing of the sort for like a mechanical thing. What you will find is herbal research to make potions and such.
Oh, okay.
So nothing about tinkering, but more on the potion sides of things.
Okay. And what like, are there multiple options for that, or just one thing?
There's a general research book about how to use herbs to create potions. Or you can pick, there might be a specialized book.
I'll take the general purpose, and I'll take just a random specialized book.
Okay.
Herbal for dummies.
So what you can do is you can go with the general, like, herbalism book, and then the, like, how-to healing potions for dummies. And that'll cost you 2 gold.
Sounds good.
And Akiko, it'll cost you 1 gold for your elemental creatures book. And Ash, the owner, looks back at you and he says, "Welcome back."
Well, I just got my paycheck and I'm wondering, will 10 gold be enough to buy the special book?
You can buy 2 books at that price.
All right. I'll just get the one we said before, and I'm trying to be a little bit more subtle so that they don't see what the cover is.
So, he brings you over to the back, like around the desk and to the back room. And, if you
Yeah,
wanna
I'm a
roll,
freaking customer over here.
if you want to roleplay it, you can. But if you don't want to, he takes it out of like a stash in the back. He's got like a book collection in the back that's in a closet area, and he takes it out and he hands it to you, and it's like a smut book.
What's the title? Does it have it?
What Goes Bump in the Night.
Great. And I'll just take a random one. I don't even know. I'll just any meeny miny mo.
Another random one?
Yeah. I mean that was the Mad Pack one. I'm gonna take just a random one like any meeny miny mo, and then I'll take these 2.
All right.
And I'll save it for next time. I won't even look at it. I won't even look at what the book I got.
Oh, okay. So you get the What Bumps in the Night, and then a random another one that you're covering it, and you're not looking at.
Yes.
All right. So you get the sale, you get those books, and you make your way out.
Oh my god, I'm so poor.
All right.
Seeing them come out of the back room, I'm quite interested to see the private collection of books. As usually, the pricier books have, are of interest.
Sure. So, you also talk.
Do we see this happen? Like, do we?
Yeah,
We
I
don't
mean,
know.
he was modest about it, but he didn't stealth his way to the back. So he saw.
No, you 100% heard me say, I am just a freaking customer, and then I walked.
Yeah.
So, what kind of books do you have in the back room, sir?
Books you might not be able to afford.
I take this as an insult.
He wasn't looking at you. He was looking at Remy. He looks to you and he says, "But you, sir, with your patch and your like medallion and stuff like that on you," he's like, "You can come with me if you like."
Yes, I am quite interested to see the collection.
All right, and then
Something other than smut in there.
Guess we'll find out.
He opens the wrong closet and it's the one that has all the like dog leashes and chains. Oh no.
Whoops, not that one.
nope.
You see someone
Wrong
like
one.
hanging upside down in chains with a ball gag. Nope, not that one. That's the wrong campaign. Anyway, so we go into the room and you see it's just a bunch of like smutty book titles. It's like only one bookshelf, but it's all the book bindings are like a elusive like innuendo title.
I dare say this is disgusting.
Well, you get what you bargained for, and then he opens the door back up and leads you out.
Disgusting. I'm just gonna give. What is your character's name?
From Ash?
Ash. I'm just gonna give Ash a disgusted look.
All right. So are we all done in the bookbindery?
Yeah, you're not much of a reader, I take? You didn't enjoy the private collection?
Not that collection.
I mean, it's such interesting reading, such heavy, thick books. I'm sure. I mean, and I pat my books that I'm not showing anybody the cover. I mean, these are such fountains of knowledge. It's like, why wouldn't you want to take one?
It's not the kind of knowledge I desire.
We can fix that in a little bit. And I would start walking.
All right.
Are there any books of this area so that I can gain a little bit more knowledge?
Yeah, sure. For a gold piece,
History of this
it's
area?
the gold piece price. You can get a general history of like Winnowing Reach and like the surrounding areas.
Okay.
Mhm.
So altogether, 2 gold pieces spent here.
Yeah, so it'll be 2. It'll be Winnowing Reach, and then you can pick one area around it, which would be like Mock Den Caverns or the Mock Fields.
I'll go with the caverns.
All right, sure. So that's 2 gold for you. And Remy, with this sleigh, you want to shop anything? Oh no, you already took your herbalism.
I took the 2 herbalism books.
Yeah. All right, great.
Shall we go talk to the magistrate? Maybe bring in Hemming as well. Hemming.
I would like to do a quick, perhaps spend an hour or so looking through the Winnowing Reach book, so that I can understand a little bit more of the history of this area before speaking again with the magistrate.
All right. Where are you doing this?
I'll head back to the tavern for now.
All right, and where are the rest of you?
I'm still just like keeping an eye on the town. I'm sure I've seen them wandering over to that place. I'm just trying to get a feel for things. If I see them moving, I'll probably move to join them.
Hemi, we were just talking about if you want to go join us. We're gonna go talk to the magistrate in a bit.
You were talking about me. I hope it was all good things.
Oh, of course.
All right, so you guys join up, and as you're joining up, Hemi, you see one of the birdfolk guards are actually walking down as they are coming out of the bookbindery and meeting up with you guys. And
I didn't do nothing.
he looks to the 2 that it's the same one that Akiko and Remy saw last night, and he looks to the 2 of them and he says, good, I found you. The magistrate says he would like to talk to you guys.
Well,
Hemi,
fantastic.
What did y'all do while we weren't looking, Hemi?
Oh, we merely informed them of the possible danger.
Oh, all right. All right.
Please.
So we're now marching
Yes,
over
let's-
to
Yeah.
jail?
Please. No.
This
Did
is-
you
this
did you
is-
guys do anything that I should know of?
I mean, I have no bounty in this area.
All right. So he's gonna lead you guys over to the magistrate's office if you guys want to.
Yes.
All right.
He's gonna very much say, please come. So he leads you up. He opens you up to the building. He brings you in. Coming in, he brings you straight to like an office with a big desk, some candles, lots of paperwork, lots of ink vials and a quill, and it seems like there's a lot going on. It's a pretty nice place, but it's ramshackled because of all the paperwork and the work that's been going on, and you then get to see the magistrate himself. So as you walk into the room, he sits up at his desk and he looks to you. He is agitated in presence, kind of like resting agitated face is what you would probably describe him.
Resting agitated.
Yes. So he's a Corvum, and he is his feathers have been kind of fluffed, and like when a bird kind of like puffs up and gets a little mad.
Yeah.
He's kind of been puffed up a little bit, and he's been trying to do what he can as the magistrate of this town, wearing very drab, like kind of like higher end clothing that you'd kind of like scoff at. It's kind of dumb to look at, but he comes to you and says, so you're the adventurers I hear about in this town. Is this correct?
Yes, my name is Akiko.
Akiko, it is good. Hello, Akiko. Good. Pleasantries aside, thank you for coming and informing us of the potential dangers that have been coming about. I would like to. You are all a group of adventurers, correct?
Yes.
I am traveling with these adventurers, yes.
That is very good news. Would you like work?
I mean, depends on the work. We gotta go to the Elder Heart Zune.
Go to
Yes,
the Outer Heart.
we have been requested to travel to the Elder Heart. If there's something we might be able to do to assist this town, though, we certainly would be willing to hear it.
Yes. The brave adventurers is just what I'm looking for. It would be much appreciated. Oh, I apologize. My name is Walden Crane. I have been the magistrate for this town for a very long time.
Pleasure to meet you, Walden.
Yes. Please, this is an old colleague of mine, a young colleague of mine from the apothecary. Her name is Kenna Brightspark. What a foolish, hot-headed girl she is. She has gone off without the word of us to investigate and gather information about the slimes that have been plaguing these fields. And she hasn't been back in 2 days. I don't know what that foolish girl has gotten into, but I need your help. Can you go investigate her and find where she might be in this trying times?
Where does she live? Where might she live? I mean, she might have written down where she's been going.
She's already in her dorm. She has written that she's leaving to go investigate the slimes, and she is somewhere in the mock fields or the caverns. That's the biggest. The caverns are the biggest concentration of the slimes, and I fear she may have. I fear the worst. If it is possible, I would like you to try and go and retrieve her.
Did you say that she ran the apothecary?
No, she is a researcher as part of the apothecary. She works partly in the apothecary and works as a researcher for the town.
Timmy is just staying back and quiet, and definitely has her hood up and just kind of like hanging out kind of behind, just being a super chill, non-noticeable, non-standout person.
Sure, yeah. So you haven't said anything, you've just been chilling, you've been taking in the information.
I am just making sure that I don't call any sort of attention to myself in this situation. In this setting.
Alright.
Well,
I feel we are at a bit of a crossroads as our mission takes us into Elderheart, if we travel back toward Mockden Caverns or toward the fields, I feel we might not be able to deliver our message to Elderheart as well as we've delivered it to you. Would there possibly be a messenger we could send ahead of us into Elderheart while we look for your missing researcher?
Currently, we don't have those types of resources at this time being, but if you all could potentially help with this adventure, this venture, I could sweeten your individual's purchase, and I can write you a letter to put you ahead to get you straight to the Birdfolk Council.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of bureaucracy to go through to the canopy, so.
Yes, and I can help you with getting through this bureaucratic duties.
Well, look,
That might not be
sounds good to
completely
me.
necessary, but it would be helpful.
And if some of the refugees might be coming over here, so if they without this researcher might be able to help. Without him,
Yes, she is a important part of what we are doing here. And Ash, roll me a history check.
Ooh. Oh no. That's a 4.
All right, great. You thought something, but it passed.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
So
I would be willing to accept this to be able to assist with this. The only request I would make is that if we could go ahead and perhaps write a letter, a couple copies of a letter, say, any travelers that you hear might be going to Elderheart, if you could please have them, bring this along with them, just to spread the message ahead of us. We'll make mention of our travels, but
Speaking about the fall of Ashborough,
yes.
Now, where would you like to have this letter be sent to? With a common messenger. Do you want to let too many people know about what's going on about this? You know, if these things, if things like this come out too much, then their panic may ensue.
That is true.
Did those guards follow us in, or did they just lead us here?
They led you. One stayed out, but there's a guard inside as well.
Am I
Continues to remain just super chill.
Okay.
Am I to take it that birdfolk is like a common language?
Birdfolk is common. But everyone has their own individual language of the wood.
Dialect.
Yeah.
I think what I'd like to do then is write a letter in Gerbine to deliver to a noble house, a noble Gerbinian house in Elderheart, as I trust my people.
Okay. I let me clarify actually. Common is common. That's the common word. Birdfolk, I believe, would be its only would never mind. We'll talk about it later about language because I forget, because like in this world birdfolk I think is common, but because of D&D Beyond, common is common, and then
right.
birdfolk is an option.
But essentially common.
But is what I believe is common. It's an oversight I forgot about. So we'll talk about it later. Anyway,
that's fine.
So yes, so you want to write a letter in Gerbine?
Yes. Yeah,
All
so I'd
right.
like to write it in your bean. That way there's at least some measure of privacy to it.
All right. And you're going to go through your own services then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You go look for the, or let's just say this. You go to, when you go to look for the messenger thing, the messenger is out and there is no other messenger or courier.
You're not going to let me do this, are you?
You stepped up from Meadowfen to Winnowing Reach, which is a more bustling town, but it is still a country town.
Yeah. Okay.
In the
So,
meantime,
we want to go to the caverns or forest?
Now,
I think we should start at the apothecary to find out more information.
I agree.
All right. Now,
But yes, Walden, I think we will accept your charge. I'm sure my friend Hemi here would like to know about the coin involved or our potential payments.
Now, if you would like to, yes. Now, if you can bring Kenna back. Kenna her safety is our top priority, and if you can bring Kenna back, I will reward you with a letter written to let you have an audience with the council. But if you take care of some slimes along the way and reduce the slime population, there will be some gold compensation to you and your friends.
Himmy's
Should
gonna
we
do her
bring-
best noble birth impersonation. Be like, of course, we are noble, good citizens here, and we would be more than willing to help out those in need. We will gladly do this for you. Come, companions, let us go and attempt to find this poor lost soul.
Hey, that
She's
rhymes.
gonna like start to move towards the door.
Sure, yeah. You're good on that one. You don't need anything. So, yeah. Sure. You make your way. If you guys are... Okay, then if it's settled, I... Thank you.
Should we bring back proof of any slaying of slimes?
Well,
I mean,
Kenna
I can tell you.
yes, Kenna can inform you.
Okay.
Inform us. Thank you. Be on your way. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.
I'm gonna just
Goodbye.
put my arm around my companions and start moving out the door.
All right, so the guard leads you out, and yeah, so you make your way over to the apothecary. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. So you go into the apothecary and you see a couple corvums and a couple corvums that are doing some study at a table. A Mapok that's in the back, just kind of doing his thing. You can't really tell what he's doing, and a Strig that is just hanging around. Looks kind of like a guard, but a relaxed guard, very relaxed guard. Just hanging around.
When I see the Corvum, I'm just going to very discreetly do like the coalition symbol, like whatever it is, but like I'm adjusting my shawl or something.
Sure. Yeah.
And just see if they react at all. Or
Sure.
if they just think I'm adjusting my shawl.
Sure. So they see you come in, and they the two of them kind of pay no mind, and they continue reading their book. And one of them just sees the group of people, and they come over and say, "Hey, good afternoon. What can I do for all y'all?"
Is this one of
Or
the
good
Corvum?
morning. Yeah, it's one of the Corvum. There are like 3 Corvum, all doing their own research or like messing with some stuff and doing their thing. This is like the herbalism research and potions and such. So there's a couple of labs, couple stations out front.
What does this Corvum look like?
This is a like a dark a dark black feathered corvum wearing a simple attire it's like a white robe for it's more like an apron robe style to kind of work with tools. Female corvum.
Good day.
Good day. How can I help you all?
We have been tasked by Magistrate Crane to find Kenna Birthspark. Would you happen to know where she went?
Oh, Kenna. It's about time someone has come to help her. When she left, she said she was gonna go study some slimes, and she wanted to be up close. Before we could stop her, she already ran out the door, and she was out.
Do you know the general direction she went? Or perhaps where she went to examine these slimes?
Well, if you're going to go examine slimes, the only place you can go is south, into the fields, and towards the cavern.
Okay.
Right, thank you.
All right. You're the group that's gonna help make sure Kenna's okay?
Yes, we are.
We're certainly try. But I believe we gotta go as fast as possible. We don't know what might happen. As I point to the door.
Please do. We would love to have her back in one piece. All right.
Right.
You
All right,
wouldn't happen to have any potions that we could perhaps borrow? If we don't use, maybe bring them back. I don't know, maybe some healing potions?
She kind of looks to the other and she's like, if it's to help Kenna, then, yeah, I think we can loan you 2 of our potions, and she'll go to the back, she'll rummage around, and you guys will get 2, lesser healing potions. Whatever the minor one is, normal one.
Alright, 2d4
Just
plus
a
2.
healing potion.
Yep.
What else do they have for sale here?
We have a small variety of stuff that's on our shelf right now, but we don't have a huge stock because the Alderheart just sent one of their merchants and bought a good amount of our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we have only simple things like small healing potions for now.
Can you tell us more about this Kenna and when exactly she went missing? She's working on slime research. She's very headstrong. What's happening with her? Is there anything we should know that you think would be helpful?
She's very excitable, and she's young. She was born here, but she spent her schooling in the avium, and she's just a very bright, very excitable individual that I think gets put into very dangerous situations with disregard for her own safety, and that is why we are worried, because we don't have the personnel to go help her at this time.
When might she have graduated from the avium?
Fairly recent, maybe a number of months to a year.
I know her. She knows me. Damn it.
You said that out of character, right?
Yeah, out of character.
Okay.
Were we ever given a description of her? I can't remember.
No.
And could you tell me what she looks like so we know we found the right person when we do find her?
Well, if you find anyone, it'll probably be her. There's not many people that go around there. But if you must, looks a little bit like us. Lighter on the feather coloring, though. Just lighter black feathers. And she was wearing her I think when she left, she was wearing her burgundy cloak.
Wonderful color. Okay. So, I forgot what I was going to ask.
I feel like we already asked all we could.
Yeah.
I know what else we're gonna learn.
And do you have anything, just asking, do you have any sort of potions or any sort of anything that would prevent, and this is just a personal request, since we are helping go find her, do you have anything that would prevent against burning or fire damage? We've had, some interesting encounters in the last little while. I'm sure you understand.
Well, right now, like I said, we've been cleaned out of our stock. We just have the basic potions of healing that we've just been making. But if you stay for a couple more days, we might be able to restock.
Okay.
Y'all, there's a lady, maybe injured, waiting for us. We really should be.
Let's go
going.
find this Kinna.
All right, so you guys leave, and are you ready to embark on your journey?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
Have
great.
we seen
I would like
Joel
to-
since we got to town?
You've seen, say again?
Joe?
The other Joel, the other Mopak.
Oh, Joe, he kind of went off to do his own thing. But he's in town. Himmy might have noticed him, go up to the tavern, get a bite to eat, and then leave the tavern and he kind of wandered around. He doesn't have much money, so he didn't stay at the tavern that night.
Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna get a pigeon.
Feel bad.
I'm gonna get a little bag, tie like 5 silver on it, and describe Joel, and have the animal messenger go find him. Like, we're so sorry. We're just so drunk. We forgot. Here's some money so you can sleep. We'll be here soon.
All
and I
right.
will send an animal messenger to find Joel and give him some money.
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, you go do your thing.
I'd
am
like to
so
spend just a little bit of time, getting some context in the area we're going to, seeing as I have a book. So I'd like to do a little bit of research, perhaps while we travel. I can. Because
All
it's going to
right.
be, it's what, like 2 days approximately there?
So then 2 days? No, this would take about half a day's journey
Oh, okay.
over
That's not
there.
bad. Okay.
And I hand a healing potion to let's see, to Hemi and Akiko.
Much obliged.
Thank
All
you,
right.
my friend.
You two look pretty squishy, so
All right,
I will
so
take all the help I can get.
Fortunately-
if you guys are going to be making your way,
Yep, we're traveling.
yeah,
I'm
Then-
keeping an eye out.
whoever's
Are
going
we
to be... What's that?
Are we going directly to? I mean, from what it sounded like, she likely went to the fields, and then possibly continued into the caverns. So should we follow that path or go straight to the caverns? What are we?
Might as well follow the path.
follow the path.
Right, and I'll keep an eye out. 15 perception. As we're going in.
So you roll a perception. I need you to also roll a survival check. To
I am going to study the book.
who's going to be the one leading through? And if Akiko, if you're going to be studying the book, I need a concentration check from you.
Concentration would be what now?
Con.
Constitution.
Con modifier.
Turn the slab.
I would say a Constitution saving throw for the
Oh.
for the concentration check. So who's 16?
15.
15. All right. So who makes the survival?
I can make it if you guys want. That was a 23.
Sure.
Or if you need somebody that's different from the perception to do a survival.
I would say probably yeah. One person to keep lookout for if you do want to keep lookout, and one person to do the survival check. So
All right, I'll keep
two people
lookout where
aren't
I
going
go.
to do the same.
Hemi, would you like to help me? I don't know. Follow the tracks.
Yes, I will come up there with you and help in track with you.
So the way that we'll do survival is I would probably say you can only help in survival if you're proficient in it.
I am.
So
I rolled a 21. I've got
okay.
+5 survival.
So Hemi's proficient in survival. So and she'll stay with that. But I don't think anyone else is proficient in survival.
Nope.
All right. So
I'm reading
then
my book, so
we have a 21 from that. Akiko is reading his book. You're having a hard time staying with it the whole time, but you do complete reading it. And which one did you read?
the book I had was for.
You had Winnowing Reach.
It was Winnowing Reach,
and you had
and
Mockden. Mockden Caverns.
Yeah, so I'm looking through the Mockden Caverns.
All right, sure. And I need someone to make a perception check.
Different from me?
Oh, you already
I
made
can,
one,
since
right?
I'm
Mm-hmm.
out in the front.
15.
Well, you're doing the survival. You're focusing
okay,
on getting
okay.
the group and moving
That's
them through.
because I rolled terribly, so that's
Yeah.
just
So,
fine.
Ash, you have the perception?
Yeah, it was 15.
All right, great. And sure. So, Akiko, the information you learn about the Mockden Caverns is that it is a large opening at the bottom of the Mock Fields. There's a very large entrance that leads into a smaller entrance, and the swampy, watery inlets kind of filter in, and then opens up to the caverns as you go in. And you know that in the Mockden caverns is like a very strong concentration of where you find these slimes. And that's where a lot of the research is done, and that's where they send a crew to either capture, slay, or research or study them in their habitat.
So I'll
Hemi.
relay that to the group that it's very likely she went towards this area.
Mm-hmm. Hemi, you being a natural tracker and having experience doing this kinds of stuff before, are leading the group through good portions of avoiding like the deeper parts of the swampy, foresty. It's like a mix of like forest and swamp, like you saw before. You're having a pretty good job of like not falling into like sunken parts and avoiding a lot of the more dangerous paths.
Firmer ground.
Yeah, firmer ground. No steep slopes that would involve like a sliding occurrence or anything like that. You're doing a pretty good job of leading everyone, and it's not taking you very long. Ash, as you're looking out, based on where you all are going, you see a lot of interesting like creatures buzzing around, and your investigation of the area is pretty thorough, and you're helping Hemi lead you away from what could also be dangerous that she might not be picking up a little farther off the path. One particular thing that you do see is that in one clearing of swamp puddles, you do see clusters of bone.
Do they appear to be of any particular species that I can determine?
It is bird folk, but
Okay.
from what you can see from just Ash pointing it out, you can't exactly tell. You just see that it's bone, and you see some wing, possibly.
Do we think that is our friend we are looking for?
Does it? Can I look at? I like to look at it a little bit deeper, maybe see if it's Corvum, maybe the beak.
Sure. If you would like to get a little bit closer.
I think this would be medicine, right?
Yeah, we can do a medicine check. That would probably work.
Whoa.
Go ahead
12?
and get a little closer.
Kind of like while walking forward to it. Now, does anyone accompany you while doing this?
I don't know.
I'll probably walk forward a little bit with him.
Sure. So as you guys are walking forward to this, you with your medicine, you really can't tell because it's a lot of it is submerged in like grime and guck and such, and it's a little hard to see. But as you walk forward to it, you see ripples, bloop bloop bloop, and as you start to get closer, you see and you see these piles of bone are animating and coming out of the swamp and
What?
pointing towards you and
I'm sorry, bye.
it's initiative
Let me
time.
disturb you.
So you all get yourselves
I think
ready.
we found the slime.
I thought it was gonna be a slime.
You all get yourselves ready. I'm gonna get the battle map ready.
Hit me,
my.
you're first, it looks like.
Oh yeah, this was my good roll in initiative.
What is this, the second or third battle?
This is
the second.
This is second.
Okay, so still not so great for me. Great. Good thing I'm on the card.
I'm gonna put the initiative counter in the chat here.
Yeah.
Alright, all the AoE, you guys.
I'm to firebolt at will.
Yep, I definitely just tried to scroll the screen
I
like it
shouldn't
was
have
roll
traded
20.
in my alchemist fire.
Yeah. Is
I
it a
mean, as it worked just
skeleton?
well,
What?
Acid works just as well.
Does it? Okay. I know fire works pretty good. Or at least
Wait a
it-
minute, is this a campfire over here?
Don't so I don't have like
Pay
a
no
swampy
attention.
yeah, so I don't have a swampy battle map for us. So deal with
use
it.
the imagination.
Yeah. So,
No, remember, Himi, with her good survival, she was taking us to the non-swampy parts. Right?
Yeah, so it was like a stronger. So imagine that like up here is a swampier area, and what you guys are now walking in is difficult terrain. And so what you see out of the ground animated is these bird folk skeleton creatures that come out of the ground, and
Ew. No. Oh, they look rough.
yeah. So
They've been here a while.
Been a while.
oh yeah, they've been here for a little while.
It's been a while, but I can still
No.
remember just the way you taste.
All right. So let me get up your initiatives.
That's all I got.
Oh.
Oh my god, we wrote so much. I gotta scroll up a lot.
Are they
Okay.
wearing
You just,
armor? Or
I just-
anything?
I know,
Or
I-
just,
I have to get your exact numbers though. So okay. So first up,
It's not me.
right up to you.
Or one of the baddies.
Walks right up to you. Move you off to the side so you can see. There's one right in front of you, Ash.
Oh no. What it'll do?
Sorry. All right.
Oh, they have different initiative. Okay.
Yep. So they're going to take a short sword attack at you. And that is going to be a 16 to hit.
Failure.
All right, so and it swings its sword down at you, and you just clank it off with your using a shield.
No.
No, you
But
clank
I do
it
have
off.
one of my rapier is one of my spines that was a little bit longer than the others. And
All right,
sharper.
sure. So you have one in a sharpened, long, elongated, ingrown spine that you just knock off the short sword as it comes down, and it's just gonna look at you and that's gonna be his turn. Next up is going to be Himmy.
I'm gonna toll the dead on that thing.
Sure, go. That's going to be a what for me?
Wisdom saving throw.
All right, it hits.
It's not missing any of its hit points, right?
Nope. So a D8.
Okay. 7 necrotic damage.
Sure. So as the
I'm just gonna point at it and just there's gonna be like the sound like a dong of a bell sound.
Right.
And then
So you point, and coming at the back of the head of the skeleton, and you hear a ding, and as it rings, you see the white of the bone start to crackle and turn black as it crinkles up a little bit, and it shrinks a little, but it's getting ready for its next attack. All right, next up is going to be so the next skeleton is up. And it is going to walk forward and attack you, Remy.
No!
And that's going to be a 22 to hit.
Yep.
That's going to be 5 points of piercing damage on you as it takes out its short sword and it stabs it right into you. As it pulls it out, it's getting ready for its next attack.
Oh,
All
no.
right. Next up, Ash, you're up.
Alrighty, oof. I'm gonna walk back 5 feet and take an attack opportunity.
Walk back 5 feet.
Yeah.
All right. Taking your attack of opportunity. Cocked. That misses.
Alrighty. And I'm going to just turn my back, go down a little bit, clap the cheeks, and cast Thunder Wave.
Thunder Wave. All right.
Ooh, a 14.
So
Damage.
that's gonna
Con
be
save 14.
to hit all 3 of them, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
And what a
so
hit Remy.
3 con saves. All right. 2 of them succeed. 1 of them fails.
It's so 7 when they succeed, 14 if they fail.
All right. Great. Great.
And it's a little. I go down like pat pat pat, and then the force of my cheeks clapping is the thunder wave and the sonic damage.
All right. So as you turn around, protect yourself from the hit with your spines. You take 2 steps and clap, clap, clap. And with the 3rd clap, you've generated enough force to, and it blows out and just nearly hits Remy as he kind of pulls back and he sees the blast of energy happen. This Corvum explodes and is no more. Corvum, this bird folk explodes and is no more.
Oh no, there was kinda.
This bird folk takes the full brunt of the damage. How much did you say?
14.
14.
Sonic, if it makes a difference, I don't think
This
it does.
bird folk explodes, and this one takes half damage as you see some of it rile up and get knocked back, but it succeeds and is still alive. So this one, that's right over here.
Alright.
All right, next up, that's the end of your turn?
Yeah?
Next up is the dead one, so that's not up. And next up is gonna be Remy.
I look over at Ash. Excellent job, Ash, as I reach out and pat the skeleton on the head and cast
Shocking grasp.
shocking grasp.
Sure, roll to hit.
Oh, actually, can I? Would I be able to sidestep and get into flanking?
No, because Ash is too far from him. Ash is 10 feet from the skeleton, not 5 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the flanking wouldn't work.
That is going to be. Oh shit! It's high math. 18 plus.
18. Yeah, you hit. Roll the damage.
I believe that's. It's 3 points of lightning damage.
All right, as you say, nice job, and you go to slap the skelly, you slap past the shield in his hand, and you rake across the front and grab one of the ribs, and you pull the rib out with you, and leaving an arc that shoots to the skelly, and it tightens up, and now you have a rib in your hand.
Oh, nice.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Akiko, you're up.
It's very unfortunate that Shape Water specifically states you cannot freeze water if there's a creature in it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and Mage Armor.
Let's just say you already maged armored earlier.
Okay,
When you
perfect.
started the journey.
That sounds good. In that case, how much? What is it? The ground there. What is the word I'm looking for? How much of it is difficult terrain?
Anything off the trail.
Okay. Well,
And
never mind
this skelly's looking pretty rough.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and firebolt them.
All right, throw your firebolt.
Ooh, okay, 18.
Yeah,
hit.
you hit.
7 damage.
7 damage. You throw the firebolt and it goes in where Remy pulled out the rib, and it fits in, and as it goes in, it hits the spine and blows up, and the skelly itself just blows to pieces and falls apart.
Ugh.
Nice job.
All right, we're currently out of combat.
How disgusting.
Was Ash hit?
No.
I don't think anyone was hit.
Okay.
I was hit.
You were hit. Yes, you were. Okay.
I just have like a nice little slash.
Okay, I'll look at Remy and be like, "Are you feeling okay?" You
I'm
bit
fine.
of a hit there.
I'm fine. I can take care of myself. But if we want to, I can take care of myself if we want to continue to move. But if we want to take the rest, I wouldn't, object. But
I
time
would
is.
suggest that maybe here is not the place to rest, indicating the swamp around us.
I agree. Perhaps we just move forward then.
Okay. Do you want me to continue with that same survival roll?
Yeah, we can go with the same survivor roll.
So was it the skeleton or the body that we saw that was raised, or was it different? Because wasn't there a
so
body?
there were no, there were no bodies. They were just piles of bones.
Just bones. Okay.
And when you walked over to it, you couldn't tell, and you looked at it. Looking at them, it's a little undescribable, but the skellies have long beaks, and that's all you can really tell. Most of them are blown up, and
might have a signet rings that might be worth some gold.
make an investigation check.
Alrighty.
How big were they? Were they larger?
7.
Medium. 7. You're rifling through, and you find a really shiny pebble that has been sitting at the side of the swampy area. Pebble's about the size of the middle of your palm.
Oh, Remy, you use a lot of pebbles, right? This might be good for you.
Yes, that does look nice. Do you mind if I have it?
Sure, y'all can have it. I mean, I just use my own spines. I don't really need and
Okay. I'll
I'm so
take the shiny
confused by
pebble.
that, but you know.
Remy uses catapult and he uses rocks to throw it.
All right. So,
I don't know if that was the girl we were looking for, but I would say we continue on just in case it was not, since there were multiple of them, and I'm pretty sure they said she came out here alone.
Right.
And I don't know how long it takes for slime to digest a whole person. I don't think
I would
I'm
say
pretty.
the search is still on.
Yes, as we go forward,
yeah. So we'll
Marching.
use the
the marching
same.
wheel will go.
We'll use the same rules as before, and as you make your way down through the muck fields, again, avoiding the sloppiest part of the areas and making your way through the more sturdy areas, all helping each other in tandem, you find yourselves being able to make your way slowly and sinkily through, carefully, not exposing yourself to any others. You do see occasionally a slime, 100 feet off, just like basking in like a swampish area. You can choose to mess with it, or you can just continue onward. But
Oh my God, y'all know that oozes bass? I didn't know that. They almost like people.
Almost, except nasty.
I am going to cast Cure Wounds on myself, by the way.
sure, yeah, you cast Cure Wounds on yourself. So,
I mean, we should probably leave the little slime alone. We really gotta go find her.
yeah.
I am fine to continue on.
Yeah.
If anything, we'll just remember where the slime was, and maybe you can tell her.
Hopefully it
In
doesn't
distance.
follow us.
I'm sure we'll come across more slimes in our trap.
Brian, you read the slime book, right?
Ah, yes, I did.
Yeah. Do you want to gain any extra knowledge about the slime?
Yes, I'll look at the slime. Tell me, what is it?
Sure. Make
And-
a roll with advantage.
What do you see with your hedge
With
eyes?
your hedge
And-
eyes.
What do
I
your
don't
hedge
see
eyes
much.
see?
I don't see much because I rolled an 11 on
All right.
history. No,
Yep,
no, no.
that's a slime.
14, 14.
No, it's just an intelligence check.
Oh, 11
So-
then.
All right.
Lol.
Here be slimes.
Let's see. So
My
with
eyes
your
are a little bit
11,
rattled.
you know, with the combination of just the general knowledge that you learned and the deductive thing, you can know that these slimes have like 60 feet of blind sight. So they don't rely on like hearing and vision based on how we do, but they're
They've
able
got
to.
tough vision.
Yes, but it caps out at 60 feet, and this is what helped researchers be able to study them by keeping a good 60 feet from the slimes.
Alright, so y'all used to be about 6 feet away from it. And then it won't even try to follow us.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I remember. My eyes are a little bit rattled from all the thundering and twerking.
From all the thundering and twerking.
Too much
All right.
twerks.
So
I'm leading again, right?
yeah. So
We're
you
just headed
continue.
into the caverns. Do we see the caverns ahead? Right.
Yeah, after maybe about
We're
another, you're about 2 hours into your trip now, and with your good survival, you've made it pretty well so far. So you make it to the mouth of the cavern, and it's a very large cavern entrance. You see on on like the left side of the cavern, you can see like two slimes that are just slowly making their way up the cavern wall. I would say this cavern entrance is about 80 feet wide, as it's like the side of like a small hill top, and you can see that it gets smaller and smaller as you go in.
Hemi, you see some tracks maybe?
Do I see some tracks?
Give me another survival check.
Okay.
I'll look myself, but I'm getting a little bit of migraine.
From all the
19.
cheek clapping.
19. As you do look through, other than you've seen that these skeletons, they left like a very thin, bony, fork-like footprints in their ways, but you haven't seen that in a long time. It looks like they haven't been like around this area. And the slimes, they just leave a mucousy, like sliding membrane, and you can see that a little bit. But what you also see is like sandaled footprints that are going into the cave.
Yeah, it looks like someone wearing sandals went in here. So I assume we are on the right path. Though who goes to wear sandals on an expedition for research? But let's
I
go
mean,
here.
Yeah, when I was in my lab, we had to use closed-toed shoes. And so
I honestly,
Clearly
they weren't sandals. It was just the first thing that came to my head when
Clearly,
it came
winnowing
to
reach does not have OSHA. What? Just...
Their shoes. They're like adventuring boots.
No, you said sandals. Get me back now.
Hey.
We're making fun of this.
No, it takes you back.
Adventuring
whatever her name
sandals.
is. Yeah.
We all also
Dude.
happen to be, like
She seems like a very
animals.
flighty and
So
practical person that we're tracking down. Of course she would wear sandals.
Yeah, probably.
she also
if
is
we-
quite impulsive, so she probably left before even realizing she still had sandals on.
Probably.
While
be
we're
surprised
walking,
if
we
she
see
has
like
pants.
while walking, we probably saw like a buckle from one of the sandals and it's one of the strands. All right. Well, let's go on in. Y'all want to be a little bit quiet? I mean, a little bit stealthy.
Yep. I guess probably stealth would be a good idea.
Cause
Can
I'm
one of
kind
you
of
be
tired of
sneaky?
everybody. I'm kind of tired of everybody
can
just
be
getting a
sneaky.
drop on us.
Ooh, I cannot be very sneaky. I rolled a 10 on my stealth.
I mean, if it's just slimes, as long as we stay 30 feet from them, or 60 feet rather.
Fucked.
You could safely deduce that.
Oh!
You could safely deduce that because of the blind sight, as long as you stay out of their range, they can't see you.
I rolled a 17 for myself as we're walking,
All right.
not clapping.
EG, I
Clenching.
just want to make sure that there's no. We're not like if we when we walk into the cavern, there's nothing above us that's maybe gonna fall on us.
Yeah, so these caverns were actually previously like reinforced. When you go and look at like going in, are you guys going in now?
Aye.
Yeah, the deeper that you go in, I'm assuming you're avoiding like going all the way to the right, avoiding those slimes on the wall.
Yes.
You're going in, and you can see that like as they get like closer and closer to like the cavern, like the tunnel area, they're reinforced with beams and shoring structures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can safely
Alrighty.
deduce that like the researchers come here often and they've been working on these areas over time.
All right.
Just typically in groups.
All right. Let's
Yeah.
we'll keep on
So
walking.
one by one.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, as you guys are walking, you make your way into the cavern, and you are slowly making your way in. There is no light besides glowing fungi that kind of like grow from the walls, so you're currently in dim light. as you make your way in, you kind of see like the pools of water that also are making their way in as you kind of descend a little bit. Going down, you kind of you kind of follow the trail of water as it's leading like downwards from the swamp area. And make your way in. I want everyone to roll a perception check.
Alrighty. This is jailed. I don't trust them. I don't trust that die anymore.
22. Oh man, I'm loving the
Ooh.
I'm loving these digital dice.
8.
All right.
I rolled a nat 1 plus 1. So,
Okay.
So a
Oh my
2.
god, that migraine, y'all.
All right, sure. So, let me get the map where you guys open yourselves up. As you're walking forward, you see that the tunnel starts to open a little bit, and it's now a larger cavernous area. So we're gonna go over to the map real quick.
I'm too busy like relating what I'm seeing to the book that I read. So
Did we go in a cave?
Yeah, we did. Or I mean, do you have any herbs that might do something about headaches? I know you bought that book.
Well, I haven't had time to look at the book yet, but maybe in the future, once we have a time to sit down again and rest.
I think that spell might be banned for the next while.
I don't know why your head is hurting. It's not like it came out of that end.
Well, you see, my spines are very the sound travels through them very well, so.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
All right. Great. Stop. Stay. There we go. All right. So as you guys make your way into this area, we'll put you guys. Who's leading?
I think I still am because I was following those tracks.
All right.
I'll be second.
All
I'll be
right.
third. Actually, I'll be heading the rear, just kind of on lookout.
Sure. So you kind of make your way in, and nobody else notices so far, but Himi, over right in this area right here. Let me just give you context of this. So what you see here is as this cavern opens, the walls open up, and you see a big, like, this is where the water has led to, and this is more like shores of water along the edges of this. There are walls up on this side of the perch, walls coming up, and you can't see around this bend. And you have what you see behind you. In this area are pools of like glowing like residue. You don't really know what this liquid is, but it's glowing and it's emitting enough light for you to see the whole room. And you can see glows coming from like down the hallway a little bit of the other caverns. And along the side right here, you see you see another glowing figure holding being held by like this glowing slime residue up against the wall.
Oh, great. You guys, the aliens already got to her. It's gonna burst out of her chest soon. We just need to shoot her.
Well, might as well. We gotta go. I'll make way towards the figure.
Yeah, I'll just be like, is that her? Is there anything else in this like room or on the ceiling or anything?
All right, so you make your way into here. This is difficult terrain. As you walk through it, it's just like trying to get through this slimy, thick ooze. As
I definitely will not go in there.
It sounds like somebody's eating grapefruits.
as you walk your way in.
Oh, that's a big one.
Oh no.
Lord.
Is that an ooze?
Oh boy. You see that dropping down from the ceiling
I
are
was gonna be on the ceiling. So
are two slimes and an ooze on the side. As they drop down and they see you, we are going to get ready for our next combat.
oh no, I think I rolled really bad on this one, you guys.
Yeah, I posted the initiatives over there with the numbers.
Great.
This is my best one, I think.
It is. Yeah, so chat knows he rolled I could roll a 15. That's the highest.
Heck yeah. All about this.
Beyond that, like that's the second highest, a 9.
All right. So. Oh, okay. Let me write these in. All right. So this one very large slime seems like he hasn't had a fresh meal in a little while. So he gets the drop on all of you as he gets right up next to Ash, and he's going to take his attack at you.
Oh no. I'm getting hit a little bit too much, y'all.
And he is not going to hit at all. He's
I
just
take that back.
lumber over to you, and it's going to send out one of its pseudopods, and it's going to get stuck in your spine and bounce right back coming back in. He cannot get through the hedge defense that you have as you turn your side and you make it. Next up, Ash, you're going to be up.
Are these slimes immune to sleeping unconscious? Would I know?
You would not know from your thoughts, from what you've seen.
And they're further away than 15 feet, right? So I wouldn't be able to get all of them if I do another thunderclap.
So these two are within 15. This is... He's too far away. So you'd be able to get these two, but not this one with the other two.
Damn. Alright. Then I'll do another thunderclap, even though I didn't wanna.
On the two,
Yeah.
the two slimes?
Aye aye.
Alright, go for it.
Roll means con save. Oh. 13. I'm rolling good. I love these D8s.
Alright, where's that con? So we've got a natural 20 and a 15.
Oh, both save them.
Alright, both saves. So what's the half?
16. 6.
6. Alright, so you turn again and you clap, clap, clap! And as you clap, you kind of slip a little bit. And you're like, oh shit! And you still clap and you're good! And then the slimes, as the damage... what kind of damage is it?
Thunder.
Thunder damage. As the damage comes and goes at them, the slimes kind of shimmer a little bit, but then they keep their form and they just keep the slimy form. Alright.
Alright. And that's it. No, no, y'all don't need inspiration just yet.
All right. Sounds good. That's the end of your turn?
Aye.
All right, Akiko, what is your dexterity? Actually, never mind. Doesn't matter. You're first.
All right. Let's go with Firebolt.
All right, who are you going to firebolt?
The big one.
The big one. All right, throw that shit.
Did it roll? That was yeah, that's a 7 to hit, so that's not doing anything.
7 to hit. Throw the firebolt, and you just miss the corner of it as it pulls its pseudopod back, and it's you just get right past where it kind of does a little corner edge, and you just missed your target.
That's so gross.
Dang it.
Is that,
Yeah,
is
right?
that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Next up is gonna be
God.
so he's going to take an attack against you at advantage. Does a 17 hit?
Barely.
Barely hits.
Aye.
All right. Going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as another pseudopod comes out and jabs the side of you, and it misses all of your spines and hits you right in the ribs as it gets ready to remake its next attack. All right, that's going to be the end of its turn. Himmy, you're up.
Okay. Can I?
Yeah, keep
Okay.
going.
I'm gonna take my my acid vial
Okay.
and throw it at the creature, the bigger thing.
The large
uh,
creature.
Yeah. And so I can throw it at it, and it shatters on impact, and I need to make a ranged attack, I guess.
Yeah, make a ranged attack.
Let's just add your dex to it.
Yeah, add your dex, because I don't think you're proficient with these kinds of weapons. Is like, what is this considered like
Improvised.
an improvised? Yeah, so just add your dex
Both
modifier.
finesse, thrown, and range are my proficiencies. So thrown,
D20 plus your dex mod.
Yeah, d20 plus dex.
16. Go ahead.
All right. As you throw it, roll your damage. This,
Okay, it's 2.
or is it flat?
2d6.
Yeah, it's 2d6. Hold on, just a sec.
Is it also an area? Does it explode in an area?
Seven,
or-
no, it just says on the creature.
All right, good. So you saved
so-
Ash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
7 acid, and then as a bonus action, I'm gonna heal him.
Sure, yeah, go for it. So 7 acid
Healing.
damage.
Healing word. One.
Plus,
I'm so sorry.
plus.
No, I
Your
rolled it.
whiz mod.
Yeah. I rolled it on the thing plus my spellcasting modifier.
Yes. So
So
look on your character sheet. It'll say it. It'll be 1d4 plus 4, or 1d4 plus 3.
Okay. Because I would have assumed it plus
There's a
3.
little
Yeah.
buggy in the
Yep.
system
So
there.
4.
All right, so
yeah.
4 points
I
of
would've
healing.
thought that it would have rolled that automatically in the.
It
extension,
should have,
I guess
but
not.
it's
Yeah.
broke.
Yeah. Okay.
Shit happens.
And I'm
So
back to full
4
health.
Healing points.
All right, back to full health. So
My little boo-boo is gone.
you throw the vial and cast your healing with your hand, and as you hit the previously kind of like translucently like slime, when the acid seeps into him, he turns into a lime green color,
Oh.
and that's the end of your turn.
You want to move?
Yeah, that's the end of your turn, Himmy.
Yeah. That's all I can.
All right, sure. Next up is Remy.
I'm sorry. So he just sunk down and turned into a lime green color.
He didn't sink down. It's absorbed it took the damage.
Oh no.
It took the damage. It quivered and it hurt, and it changed colors when you
Okay.
threw it.
Okay.
Can I get all 3 of those in a 20-foot cube? I think it's 25. If I'm looking at it.
Fuck, I really wish I had those dimension thing. So this would be right here. No, you would only be able to get 2 of them. Right? Because a
Okay.
20-foot cube is
Four squares.
4 squares. Yeah, 4 by 5.
Yeah.
4 by 4.
4 by 4? Wouldn't that be 6? That would be whatever. you wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't be able to make it.
I am going to reach out my hand and say, Ash, don't attack them, and cast Sanctuary at Ash.
Oh.
And then can I shoot my
Yeah,
crossbow
because
as well?
Sanctuary is a bonus action, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot the smaller one next to him.
All right, sure. Go ahead.
That is a 17 to hit,
Yeah, go for it.
and that is 9 piercing damage.
Yeah, so the one right next to him, right?
Yeah.
The one right next to him, as you shoot the arrow and it goes through, it goes right through him, and the slime is, and it starts to dissolve and slink down into the pool of stuff that it's in. And you have successfully destroyed this slime. So, and since he dissolved into the pool, he's kind of like amorphous, and he doesn't have form anymore. So, yeah. Is that the end of your turn?
Can I move up at all?
Yeah, you'll have to kind of like
I just want to move right up,
difficult
right next
terrain.
to,
It'll be
just next to Henry.
alright. Yeah, you'll be able to make it here, because that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, you'll make it like right there, roughly.
Okay.
Alright, that's the end of your turn?
And if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Basically. Alright, so now this slime makes its
Everybody
way.
want a piece of me?
This slime makes its way over to you, Ash. And the effects of Sanctuary is Wisdom saving
Attack
throw,
at
correct?
disadvantage.
Yes.
Oh.
It's a wisdom save to see if he can attack.
Okay. Oh boy, that's gonna be a 10.
That he has to redirect his attack or lose it.
All right, he now is unable to attack as he raises his pseudopod and he goes to go in, but it just comes right back. Seems like there's some sort of struggle in there. All right, top of the round. Big slime is going to take his attack at Ash. So Wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Oh, 14.
Okay, he succeeds on the throw.
All right, so now he's going to make his attack against Ash. Oh no!
2
What is
natural
this?
20s.
No. That's going to be a 15 to hit.
Oh, misses.
It misses. He goes in, and this giant slime is just unable to get through to what you're doing.
So many people miss an Ash.
That's going to be the end of its turn.
What
Not
am I
just
gonna
in the
do?
game.
I know, right? My
Yeah.
turn?
So now next up is going to be Ash's turn.
Well, I'm gonna use the help action and maybe distract the big guy. So
All right.
next person hits has advantage, and I'll say, thank you, Remy, and I'll give him inspiration. Oh, and that's my turn. Oh,
All right, great. Sounds good. So, next up is going to be Akiko. You're up.
Firebolt.
Which one?
The big one.
All right, sure. Roll your hit
With advantage.
with advantage because of the help action.
Let me see what else I can do since I can't attack.
I'll just take the first one. 23 to hit.
Sure. Yeah. Roll your damage.
3 damage.
3 damage. So you send your firebolt over as you lean over to the side and you throw your firebolt and it hits the slime. As the slime quivers down, the slime now changes from a lime green color to a fiery red crimson color.
Ooh, so fancy.
Is that the end of your turn? That's the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right, great. Next up is going to be the next slime next to him. Wisdom saving throw.
That slime just went at the bottom of the round, though.
Right, that one's dead. So, no, that's not going to go. Next up is Himmy. Good call.
Okay. I think.
You got 2 slimes,
Weird to
one
do
big,
this
one
with
small.
The one that keeps changing color, but sure. I'm gonna cantrip Toll the Dead against the big one, and hopefully it doesn't turn some sort of death color.
Sure, go ahead. Cast told. I have to do a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
That is going to be.
It's taken damage, right?
It has, but that's going to be a 14.
Just barely. Okay.
All right, so nothing happens.
So, yeah, I guess nothing happens, which is not great. Okay, that's it for me.
All right. So next up is going to be Remy. You're up.
Okay. I am going to fire a crossbow bolt at the small one.
All right. Go ahead.
That is 21 to hit,
Yeah, you hit.
and it deals 6 piercing damage.
Yeah. So what was the damage you did last turn on it?
9 on the other one.
All right. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So when you hit this one, it's piercing damage.
Yeah.
All right. As you knock your arrow in and go to take your strike, you shoot it and again goes right through the slime. As it quivers again, but it keeps its form. Although it's very close to falling out of its form, but it's holding it together. Is that the end of your turn?
Can I move into flanking position on the big one?
So it's difficult terrain. Movement speed of 25 or 30?
30.
30. So it is, I'll say it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can get right about here, and you're not flanking yet.
Oh. Okay. Okay, that's fine.
All right, great. So now it's up. Is how long does Sanctuary last for?
Minute.
Minute.
A minute.
Okay, great. Next to the next
Damn.
the next slime goes to do his wisdom saving throw, and that's probably not gonna make it because it's a 12 minus 2, so 10. All right, so he can't make his attack. But he can choose to make it on someone else.
In range, yeah.
In range, so then he just does nothing. He's stuck there. All right, top of the round, it's this slime again. He goes to make his wisdom saving throw. And that's a 14. Makes it,
He
right?
beats it.
All right. Will he do it? All right, that's a 20-something to hit. Right on Ash. Great,
Bye, y'all.
great. It's about time. Oh, yeah. So you take 4 points of acid damage as a pseudopod comes out and it hits you, and you are now grappled by the creature.
Oh no!
Wait,
Am I
acid
grappled
damage,
and
even though
restrained?
it's
What?
No, you're
He's-
just grappled.
Alright.
No, you're just grappled.
he took
Alright.
acid damage
Wait,
from fire.
Nope. The target is restrained,
Oh.
and yeah.
That's bad.
Actually, do you make a good point? Do you make a good point? Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, you take fire damage. Not acid damage. So 4 fire damage, and you are grappled and restrained.
Well, alright.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Alright, that's gonna be the end of its turn. Ash, you're up.
I have to make an action to break it, right?
Yes, you do.
Instead, I'm going to go look at someone that's next to me, and I'm going to take one of my spines and throw at him using a Mind Sliver. DC 14 and save, please.
Alright.
Oh,
Natural
maximum.
20.
Fuck! And I rolled a 6 too.
I know. Look
Well,
at
That's all I can do.
that. Alright. It's the end of your turn. Next up is Akiko.
Sanctuary fades.
Yes, Sanctuary now fades.
I'm going to firebolt the other one.
Sure, go for it.
Is it still at advantage?
No.
That is a dirty 20.
Alright, you hit. Give me that you know what?
10 to
Dead.
hit or
He
10
had
damage?
he had 1 health.
Oh, of course.
This slime turns
I roll a
amorphous.
10 when he has 1 HP left.
Slime turns amorphous and sinks into the pool. And he sinks down into the pool and is no more. Alright.
Yeah!
Next up is at the end of your turn.
Yes.
Next up is Himmy, you're up.
Okay. How are you doing, Ashley? You're. Okay.
I'm fine. I just I've never been restrained without my consent before.
Okay. Can
Are
I
you
get
enjoying
up there
it?
close to this thing?
Maybe. Let's
Within
see.
5 feet
So
of it?
5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Yeah, you can get right up next to it.
Okay, I would like to attempt to reach out and, touch it, and inflict wounds upon it.
Sure, roll your attack.
Reach out and touch fate.
Dana, nana,
Big and go.
Did you give me inspiration?
Did you
I get
use it yet?
Remy.
I think you
No, I
used
think-
your
I
DM
think I used
inspiration
that one. I was
earlier.
just wondering if we. No, I was asking Ash, but I think he gave it to Remy this round. Okay, well, I rolled a 7 to hit.
Alright.
No, I'm pretty sure. I think it was to you, no? Because you missed.
I thought you said
Maybe,
Remy.
I
Remy-
don't remember him saying Remy. I would have put it down. Maybe, I don't know. That's,
Alright, Himmy,
I'll.
roll your d6.
I have no clue, to be honest.
For my attack.
No, for your inspiration.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay.
Simmy's been the only one missing
3.
the whole damn.
3.
whole time.
As you go to go in, you go in and you're kind of like you're getting like worried about touching this thing as it was changing colors. You're like, ooh, do I really want to touch it? And then you remember the inspiration that Ash gave you, and you're like, I have to touch it. And you slap right on it, and you channel the magic through you into the slime. Roll your damage.
14 necrotic.
All right, it takes 14 necrotic. As you hit it, it shimmers and it sinks down and it comes back up and it turns to a a dark black color as it shakes and swings with the pseudopod on Ash.
Okay.
That's the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, great. Next up is Remy.
Remy's going to move into flanking position,
Alright, you're flanking.
and he's going to reach out and say, "Stop hurting my friends!" And
Technically, this is a large creature, so I'll say, like, it's out here, technically, but we'll just keep it here. Yeah, so keep going.
and he's going to reach out and cast Shocking Grasp.
Alright.
That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, roll your damage.
5 lightning damage.
Alright. As you reach out and you hit it, you grab it and you send the lightning through it as it shakes again, and it turns from a dark black to a bright white color. And now it's helping light up the room, as it's now shaking feverishly as it's struggling to take its form. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Alright. It is the pseudopod's turn. It is going to make an attack against Ash.
At advantage.
At advantage. And that is going to be a 16.
knowing Fails.
It fails. As the pseudopod wraps around you, it's breaking its form and it attempts to pull you inside its body as it's trying to swallow you. But you just push back against it enough as you're grabbing it, and it's not... The gelatinous form of it isn't letting you go in, and you're just pushing away just enough, and you can't pull you in. It's gonna be the end
And
of
I'm flexing my spines as well, so it's very, very hard to swallow.
Yeah. And now it's going to be your turn.
I'll do a little mind sliver while
Alright.
while I'm being eaten.
He fails. As you take out your mind sliver, you push him back and you grab it and you throw it right at it.
5 points of lack of damage.
What?
5 points. Damage.
Regardless of the
Garrison?
damage, it was ready to fall apart by all the attacks, and it just and it starts to fill you guys as it falls down. I need everyone in the area to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Ew.
All right. Hey.
Oof. 12.
All right.
18.
All right.
When you say in the area, does that include me?
You're not in the area.
Excellent.
20.
All right. So Himi.
Actually, I rolled an 8. I don't know why this rolled twice. 8.
All right. You take
So
six
even worse.
6 points of thunder damage
Okay.
as you stand in its puddle in its form.
Okay. Not great.
Oh, so there's like bubbles and the bubbles pop. It's just the thunder damage.
And it just you get hit with the white hot light of the slime's last puddle. All right, combat is ended, and you guys are
I'm
now
gonna get
standing there.
out of this puddle.
All right, Himi retreats from the puddle.
And going to where the captive was.
All right, you retreat out of the puddle, going towards the captive.
Mm-hmm.
Remy, make me another Constitution saving throw.
Shit.
Gotta be quick.
21.
All right, you're safe. You're all right.
I'm moving back.
You move out of the area. The slime is here. Let's
I would like to try to maybe do something about the slime. Covering the person, I think you said.
yeah, one sec. I just need to shut this music off real quick.
Who's looking hot? Does anyone need a healing potion?
I mean-
I would actually. You know what? Yeah, I don't seem to know what I did with that one you gave me earlier. I would love another one.
I mean, we can just
him and
we can save the potions. I mean, We can just lay down for a little bit when we save this person.
I worry about
That's
other
smart.
things dropping from the ceiling on us.
Hemi and Akiko have the potions right now.
You don't have any more.
All right.
Is there anybody?
One
Oh,
second.
did you actually take one?
Yeah, I took one from you earlier,
Right.
but I was gonna try and get more out of you if you had them.
Oh.
Of course.
Ash, make a strength check.
Oh no. Oh, 19.
All right, yeah. As you go to the figure against the wall, you start pulling away the sludge. As you're pulling away the sludge, you see now that this figure is a light black feathered Corvum girl in her now
Broken
sandals
sandals.
and dilapidated maroon cloak as she throw over. As you're pulling out, she the body starts twitching and she winces as you're digging it out and you're digging it out, and the body falls onto you as you dig her out. Now you're now holding what you believe to be Kenna Brightspark.
Y'all think we should maybe make her vomit? She might have some slime stuck.
Pat her on the
Something
back.
for that?
And she's currently unconscious, but she's breathing.
I don't know if she. I mean, maybe, but that also could
Can I
do more
just go
harm
and
than
touch
good
her
right
and
now.
spare the dying, just in case?
Yeah, sure. You touch her and you see the energy flow from your hand into her body, and as she's breathing heavily, she slightly starts to. She slightly starts to breathe a
What a
little
reaction.
less.
And there's a slime. There's a slime.
There's the slime just right out all over the place. She starts to breathe less heavily as the body comes to a little bit.
Well, she is stable.
Yeah, she's
So,
stable.
she seems pretty wounded now. If any of you have something for her.
I'm all out of spells.
I would say this is more of a situation where the body is unconscious and
Okay.
Alright.
and stable, but just needs
Is one of you able to lift her and we maybe carry her out of this cave and return her to the place that we were?
Well, I have her in my arms right now.
You put her over your back and we go?
That will kill her.
Well, let's just carry her.
Like a baby then.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, our heads we don't really do fireman carries.
Yeah.
Unless we really hate the
Right.
person.
Just lay down your spines. It'll be fine.
All right. So as you guys are carrying and walking out, Ash, Remy, you see in the center of that pool, you see a lightly glowing charm of interwoven something that's lightly glowing in there, and as you walk, yeah, that's all you see. It's just a lightly glowing charm.
But
I'll go over-
only Ash and Remy see this?
Yep, passive perception.
I'll go over and pick it up, I guess.
All right, sure. When you go over to pick it up, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
You betcha.
Oh my god.
17.
All right, yeah, you're all right. Whatever the power that's bubbling and popping at you, you're resisting, and you're dodging and resisting when it splashes on you. You take it out, and you walk back out of the pool, and you obtain something that looks quite like this.
Ooh. Interesting.
Yeah, so it's it's faintly glowing, and it's interwoven pieces of it together.
Alright.
Yeah, so just put faintly glowing necklace in your inventory for now.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if I have Does anybody have an empty glass bottle or vial that I can use?
The only vial I had, I smashed.
Oh, right.
I mean, I have some perfume, a vial. I was just, here you go.
Okay.
It's my last good perfume. Oh Lord.
Okay, never mind then.
Oh, it has a slight smell to it.
All right.
I already used it. And you don't want
there's
it.
there's
Oh,
always
okay.
remains.
I'll take that, and I'm gonna try to collect some of the slime's lightning residue.
Sure. Roll me an Arcana check.
I'm proficient in that. Heck yeah. Oh yeah. Let's get 19.
All right. So with the talks between Ash and your general knowledge of how things work like this, you'll know that once the slime once the slime is like dead, it loses its potency, and the chemical makeup of the slime is completely torn and broken, and it's more of you can collect what's left in it, but it's less of like research property and more just like a toxic waste now.
Oh.
So you typically need live samples when studying slimes.
Shit. Okay. I don't do that then.
All right.
I mean, if you want, we can bring a gallon of water, and then just force the slime in there. You really want to study?
Yeah.
But let's we should probably go outside because the little lady here.
Yes, we'll hurry back to the town.
Yes, we should return her.
All right.
Right.
Yeah. So you guys make your way back. Following the way you came, the way back is uneventful. You make your way through. You see the old battle that you guys had with the skeletons, and you get back to Winnowing Reach. Okay, let's go back to here. All right. So you make your way back to Winnowing Reach. As you're making your way back, Kenna comes to, as it took about 2 hours for you to make it back, nice and easy. And Kenna comes to, and she just looks up to Ash, confusing eyes. At first.
Hello. You had a little bit of an incident with some slimes. We're here to save you. And that we did. How you feeling?
She kind of like slowly looks around to the party, sees you guys walking through, can see Winnowing Reach in the distance. She kind of looks over, sees the fields in the back toe, and she kind of slaps herself awake and jumps out of your arms. She says, "Oh my gosh! Wow! I didn't think I was ever gonna make it out of those caverns." As she jumps out, she kind of like slows down a little bit, and gets a little tired from that, but she regains herself, comes back up. It's like, "Well, did you guys came to help me out in there?"
I mean, yeah, Valden Crane sent this.
Wow.
You made a lot of people worried, even your colleagues over at the apothecary.
Wow, I never thought they would send people for me. But look! And she pulls out a couple of vials. She's like, "Look what I got!" And she has a couple of vials of the slimes. About 3 vials of slimes. She's like, "I didn't waste the trip."
Remy?
Are those live slimes?
I wouldn't have collected if it wasn't.
Well, you are smarter than I. Hello, my name is Remy Stippen. I'm an inventor. Nice to meet you.
Well, howdy diddly doodly. Nice to meet you too, Remy. The name's Kenna.
Nice to meet you, Kenna. Glad we could save you.
Well, I'm glad
to
too.
save you.
Why you need that? Why do you need the slimes?
For research, obviously.
And what is it that you're researching?
Yes, what is your purpose with the research?
Well, slimes are very native to the mock area, the fields and the cavern, and we don't know much about them. My job as a researcher, it's my obligation to find these things out. We here want to advance all the knowledge we can, and that's what we do back at the Avium. We study and we learn.
Monetary gain. Is this just for knowledge, or can you sell can you use the slime to make potions, or does it have effects on people?
Well, of course, as scholars, our work and our passion is hand in hand. The findings that we make. Yeah?
Yeah, we saw a big slime, and it was absorbing whatever damage we've done. It might be possible. You think it might be possible to make a healing slime instead?
Make a what now? What who?
A healing slime.
Oh, no. Slimes don't have those kinds of properties. But I think the one that you ran into, whenever you hit it with a certain type of element, it absorbs it. And it becomes immune to it.
But when it was touching me, it was doing that kind of damage.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe might be useful for research to look, so we can make a healing slime. Maybe use it for people can maybe drink some slime potions.
I'll look into it. I'll get back to you on that.
All right. As we start walking to the thing, because I'm tired, I am out of spells.
Yeah, she kind of shakes you guys around like, come on, we gotta go back to the magistrate.
I mean, a little later.
Thanks,
You weren't.
let's go.
I've been carrying you for about 2 hours. You gotta give me a little while. My knees are dying.
All right, so you guys slowly make it back to town, and yeah, so you go back to the magistrate. The guards let you in. Everyone kind of looks. They see Kenna and they see this group of adventurers, and you hear a couple of like cheers and applause to you guys, and a couple of like snarky remarks to Kenna.
Makes sense.
But you get led up to the magistrate's office, and the guard lets you in, and when you go in, Walden can be sitting there saying, I've told you, not now again, I am working here. And he looks up, he's like, oh, it is you all. Kenna. Oh, Kenna, my dear Kenna. Why would you do such a stupid thing? Why would you go out there alone? And Kenna remarks, she's like, look, Walden, it doesn't matter, look. And she shows the vials, and shakes his head and puts his hands up and says, all right, fair point. He goes to you, he's like, listen, you're probably going to need to get some rest, and kind of like berates her and tells her off a little bit while still being thankful, and Kenna's going to go back to the apothecary, and she's going to turn back and say, thank you so much. I'll be sure to make sure my research goes well with all this. And then Kenna's gonna
Well, it
leave.
almost cost your life, so it should
Oh, of course.
make it worth it.
What else would it be without what would researchers do without a little risk? So
It's very true. It's nice to meet you, Kenna. I may come visit you later to talk about alchemy.
of course we should. Yes. So
I'm again just kind of standing in the back, being real chill person. However, I am gonna whisper over to Remy like, "What Isn't there a reward?
Yeah, so Kenna runs off, and they're like, "Oh," he says, "Yes, sure." So, the magistrate actually tells the guard that's in there to leave the room, and it's now just the 5 of you in the room. And he's like, "Yes, so here you go," and he hands out 5 gold pieces to each of you for doing the job, for slaying the slimes. And Kenna, that conversation happened where Kenna told the magistrate about all the slimes that were in there and how she got stuck and this and that. So he believes that and what you guys said. And now the magistrate is going to kind of stop, and he's going to talk to you guys, and he says, okay. So, you guys want that letter, right? Right?
Yeah.
Which was to be the reward, yes.
Okay. Here's the real thing I need help with. I'm gonna have you guys, I need you guys to do another job for me. And I promise if you do this job, you will get your letter to the Birdfolk Council. But if you don't, I can't promise this letter to you.
We have completed the mission that you requested of us. I would be happy to hear more about what you need done, but I am having a hard time accepting you at your word now that you are changing our agreement.
Yes. I understand this is not a very good thing to do, but please hear me out. I don't have much else to offer you all. And he looks around. He makes sure the guard is out of the door and everything. He says, "We are not doing very well here in Winnowing Reach. Everything may seem like everything's going okay, but our funds are depleting, and we are in a little bit of a bind. So I would ask you to be able to help me with this issue here, please."
Have you thought about bailing out the businesses? And they'll fix everything?
No.
How recently have you come under this duress, this depletion of funds?
This has been a little bit, and it is not a direct depletion of funds, more so of there is bad luck. There has been a curse that befell Winnowing Reach, and I need someone to take care of this curse before anything else goes wrong here.
Are we speaking figuratively here, or is there an actual curse, and do you have proof?
I wish that I was speaking figuratively, but it seems as though there is a real curse, and these swamplands are not natural swamplands. These swamplands are not good swamplands.
And what do you need from us? And what do you need from us, good sir?
There, not many know of this, but outside of Winnowing Reach, there is a witch that is hiding out in the swamplands, and she has been causing mischief for this town for far too long, but I cannot do anything about it.
Are you sure this is not just some old lady that lost her teeth and everyone's like, oh, spooky witch, stay away from the old lady?
I can assure you that this witch she dabbles in evil magic.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Don't we all?
Where does she live? And we can go have some tea, chat it out with her, tell her she maybe needs to move because there's some very discriminating folk here.
No, there is no talking to this witch. I need you to ascertain the location of this witch somewhere in the swamplands. And
You don't even.
I have
you
a
don't even know where she is.
I have a general location of where this witch is, but I need you to pinpoint where this witch is. I do not go out there myself. I do not deal with witches. I deal with politics. This is my job. I need you to go out there. And all I know about this witch, one time I encountered her, and about this witch, I need you to bring back a charm that she wears around her neck so that we can destroy the charm together and kill the witch, then get rid of her from our swamplands.
Yes, I will find this witch for you.
What does the charm look like?
It's just this. I didn't get a good look at it, but I know whenever she would walk, she would hold it, and if she were to do something, it's important to her, and I think that is where her magic comes from, and it is her evil, magical charm, and I need you to take care of it.
How did you come to be aware of this witch?
Well, before I knew of all of the issues here in Winnowing Reach, I went out and went looking for why very strange things were happening and why there were strange beasts. When you talked about Ashbarrow and the issues with Meadowfen, this is not the first time I have heard about this, and I believe that it's that this witch has something to do with what's going on over in Ashbarrow. So when but before,
of course, sir.
But
this lady with her dark magic is ruining your town, and you won't give us the paper that you promised us for the task before. Of course, sir. How about this?
I'm so happy that you understand me.
And talk to her very sternly and get this charm for you. However, since you previously broke your word, I will need assurances that you are a good person, and so I will require that my friends and I are able to stay at the inn free of charge for room and board, since you could not keep your previous promise. So in extension of our agreement, you will add that on.
Oh, okay, that sounds fair. You can stay at the inn for free. I will write you. What?
Also, do you have any draft animals or mounts that we can have on our journey from here on out?
I'm sorry? Have you looked around Winnowing Reach lately?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, do we ride other animals? Like,
oh my god, you can't say that's racist.
We don't have
humanoids.
We don't have any pack animals here in Winnowing Reach.
How can you have a town?
Hey, raid hype.
Woo! Oh, hello everyone.
Okay, so he's gonna give us free room and board at this place.
Yes.
Himmy's like done with this guy being a knight cleric from a coven of witches. Like, she's so over him, and she's gonna walk out, at least with room and board like secured.
Yeah. What does this witch look like? I mean, we might see a nice little lady living in the swamp without knowing.
They can look like anything, Ash. For all we know, Himmy could be a witch, and we wouldn't know.
Usually they are very beautiful, you know, but that's just what I've heard.
Yes. I did not get a good look at her. She had her hood up, but her cackle and her, I thought she was casting a spell on me when I went to see hers, and I did not wait to get a good look at her. So I do not know.
Is she?
Oh.
Come, we will find her. Come, friends. Let's go find the witch.
All right.
Just out of curiosity, what sort of dark magic do you think she is using? What is she What is the effects? What is it that she's doing to the town here?
I think she has something to do with Ashbarrow and you saying that Ashbarrow has burned to the ground recently. I have reason to believe that she might have something to do with it because she does some strange magic that not many. I don't know I don't know magic. No one knows magic.
It's alright. It's alright. We'll go talk to this lady, see what she's done, and take vengeance for her town.
Yeah.
You better take vengeance for it. You better kill her and bring back that charm.
We
What
will.
are the
We will.
hardships that Winnowing Reach is currently facing?
It's the trade routes have been cut in half since all of this industry. We've had we've had to deplete most of our own resources as much as we can and try
How were they cut in half? Is there some sort of large machine or animal that is cutting these routes in half? Or... I don't understand.
Meadowfen was a bright and charming farming agricultural powerhouse in the exportation of resources between Meadowfen and Alderheart, and the Alderheart purchases most of these, and we here at Winnowing Reach, although we do collect our own resources, would outsource from Meadowfen as well. And now that Meadowfen has not Ashbarrow not being able to send their resources to Meadowfen because of their unique style of agriculture, and Meadowfen's routes being cut off by the bandits, now seeing that Ashbarrow has fallen due to this strange dark magic and how Meadowfen might be next.
Okay, do I believe him or do I think he's just full of shit?
Since you first met him, he was kind of like just going from an angry, grumpy person to now he is an angrier, like more hysterical and more panicked. Because this is something that has been racking him for quite some time, and he has not had the courage to talk about it to anyone else.
Okay.
So he is falling apart, and he does not know how he's going to let Winnowing Reach survive for the long term. Especially if he thinks that Winnowing Reach might burn down.
Mm-hmm. Magister Crane, we will certainly do what we can to investigate the witch's location and bring back this charm. After that, we certainly would appreciate your letter so that we can continue on to Elderheart, that we can actually, perhaps form a larger resistance and start some more research into what is happening in Ashbarrow.
Yes, please. That would be very much appreciated from our brave adventurers. And, quite possibly I can see what I can do to sweeten the deal. I could re-go our finances and see how things go. But please, I would very much ask you if you may take care of this issue quietly.
Very well. Yes, very well. But certainly we would request that there may be no more renegotiations to our agreement.
No renegotiations. This shall be the final part, and I would hope this is the last favor I would have to ask of you.
Very well, Magister Crane.
I will put my hands on the desk and just make sure, please. I mean, we're all here and know how to cast spells, and you wouldn't want 4 more witches, right? And I'll wink at him and turn back.
He's gonna sink into his chair and he says, No. And then he's just gonna start, like, gnawing at his feathers and... And
now I feel a little bit bad.
I go over and I pat him on the shoulder and I say...
He jumps. He was kind of getting like lost in his thought, and then you pat him on the shoulder and he just He just like snaps and turns to you.
Calm down, Walden. We will do this task for you. We will bet.
Great. Thank you, and please, as I guess at your leisure, but swiftly, maybe, and then that would be great. Thank you.
And then
Alright.
kind of, as I'm walking away, I turn around and minorly enchant my hand to start glowing. And I say, but if you don't come through on your promises next time,
Oh my god.
there will be consequences to pay. And I just turn and walk away.
Roll me an intimidation check with advantage.
17.
All right, yeah. He's just going to like sink down into his chair and like spin away and not look at you.
Oh, poor buddy.
Is the party coming out now?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's coming out, I guess.
So, and when we are not near the guards, right?
Yeah, you can
Everyone-
leave the magistrate's office. You can go down the steps, and if you want, you can head.
I was gonna suggest to the group as they come out, that like maybe we go ensure that our lodgings will be taken care of, and then maybe take a short rest
Long.
before going out, or long. Either way, I don't think it's that urgent of a problem. I personally think this is probably like in most cases with witches, it's some poor old lady, some widow that like has been shoved out of the town for being weird or talking to herself, and is falling on hard times, but everyone thinks she's spooky. And this guy went out trying to get some magic from her, and she said no, and now he wants some necklace she has. So.
Oh. I mean, it's entirely possible that might not be as good a politician as he thinks he is, and he's the reason.
We know he can't keep his word, so he seems like a
Yeah.
pretty solid politician to me.
I mean, yeah, but he might not be good with the finances, and
Oh, for sure. Have you seen this place?
yeah, and it's entirely possible that he's just blaming this witch just because he doesn't want to. He want to look at the facts and see that's his fault.
Yeah, I say we go back to the inn, make sure that this guy is actually going to cover our expenses, and then we can go try and help this witch out, because clearly she's living in the wrong place.
I mean,
He just for the expenses thing, he wrote a letter
Okay,
Alright.
and handed it to you guys.
we'll make sure it's honored.
Yes.
Yeah, so can we head back to the...
yeah,
Yeah,
take
you
a
guys
long
can
rest,
to
go
the
back.
tavern. It's kind of like it's a little bit later in the day now. You set out in the morning and you did your you went through all the caves and caverns, and by the time the fight ended and you brought her back, it's already after like late afternoon. You guys can have your meals and lick your wounds and get ready for the next day.
Yeah,
And
early
with
dinner,
that-
go to sleep.
Can I read my book of just basic herbalism?
Yeah, in the time that you are, you could probably read that yourself, and we'll go through that information when it comes up. But you have general knowledge about what kind of herbs do what, and how you can use herbalism to make better things like that.
Where
about-
approximately did he direct us to for the witch?
We'll get through that next time when you're ready. But if for you, you're talking about for your knowledge of the area, right?
Yeah.
I'll have something more direct based written up for you since you read about the area already. All right?
Okay.
And I'll be reading my biology book.
Right. So you're doing the
Deep in the hole?
what goes bump in the night?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you'll be reading what goes bump in the night, and
I'll get advantage against certain people,
you have
certain activities.
I'll think of something for that. But like it starts out as
Lord.
you open up the book and this is some high quality smut.
So some
You-
gourmet shit.
Yeah.
This is
so
a picture book.
It's a part picture book, part it's like a graphic novel or a visual novel. You know the way those are made up.
Yes, it takes you on a journey. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
An
it's
instructional, educational journey.
The term trash panda is used a lot.
And by the end of it, you feel quite satisfied with the ending.
What, they
Yeah.
do that with their tail? Oh my god, I'm learning so much.
All right, and that is where we are going to end it.